professional. No, goddamn it, you're muted. What and daring, it's iconic. Cheese breaks, faith breaks, staying hydrated. It's shorty time. She's a fucking delight. Trial watching, trials and tribulations. It's Camp Shorty calling all nations. What are you drinking? Shall we skip this part? Left or right-handed? Shit, she slid it to the start. She's a fucking professional. Yo, goddamn it, you're muted. What and daring, it's iconic. Cheese breaks, faith breaks, staying hydrated. It's shorty time. She's a fucking delight. Psychology corner. Let's learn about stuff. New Miss Shorty music. Calling their bluff. Best chat, best community. We've got the best mods. A safe, supportive sanctuary full of fun and love. Rock out with your cats out. Curse all you want. And here at Camp Shorty, we even say cunt. She's a fucking professional. You goddamn it, you're muted. What and daring, it's iconic. Cheese breaks, faith breaks, staying hydrated. It's shorty time. She's a fucking delight. Hey, shorties, what's going y'all? Get in here, shorties. Let's fucking go. Camp Shorty. Camp Shorty. Camp Shorty. Camp Shorty.
Hi, shorties. Hi, Bobby. Hey. Good to see you. Hey, shorties. Sup? Skating in by the skin of my teeth. Not really. Hi, Bussy. Hey, kids. You guys want a treat? Just, yikes. It's like they know. They do know. Happy Saturday, y'all. Sunday here. I've got, well, we call them trackies. I've got trackies on today. Sweatpants, because I'm like, it's fucking Sunday. What's wrong, Bussy? Who's here? I see Patricia Vincent's in the house. Hi, Patricia. Good to see you. Princey, girl. Kelly, hi, hugs. Joey. Oh, Joey, got a new name. What is it called? Joey Kane, a.k.a. Love it. If you know, you know. Ed and Claire. What? Hey, we've got exciting news. Who else is here? Wait, Stream Elements is in the house. Sweet. Poppy's in the house. My shit glass. Oh, shorties. Thanks to Holly Street's idea. Sometimes my brain doesn't think of things. I ordered a second monitor. Poppy, goddammit. I ordered a second monitor yesterday. So soon I'm going to have like big chat, I hope, on this bigger monitor so I can see it without going. And I won't have to go in between tabs on one screen. Boom, professional.
Count it 5, 10, yeah, 15, 20, 25, 30, yeah, get the money.
Oh, thanks, Joey. You scared the fucking shit out of me. Hi, Nick. Good to see you. The greenie's back. Nice. Yes, it's one of my favorites. I'm going to order some more tops. Hi, puppies. Hi, Himza. Good to see you. I wrote a new song last night. It's a fucking banger. Just listen to it. That's why I was late. Lol. Who? Resting Bitch Face. Awesome. I love when a friend of the channel gets one. Thanks, Joey. You're so kind and generous. Memberships. Fuck yeah. Hi, Scotty McGuinness. Good to see you. Busy night ahead for you. Yes, same. I was going to say same girl. Joseph Kane is so bloody generous. Salute. Hey, Nick, I don't know if you were here for this because you were out la-di-da golfing. So wait. We've memorialized and immortalized your fucking hilarity to this.
I mean, good for them. I'm happy. But I just want to make sure that I am still held in the highest esteem of the system. Not a deal breaker, but I'd like to know. Thank you.
Bussy loves it. So funny, Nick. And
It's not a deal breaker, but I'd like to know. Thank you.
I think you burp new songs. Practically. Can't burp professionalism, but I can. Scotty McGuinness, sup. Hey, Scotty, I'm not sure if you're in the house last night. I know you popped in and out, but however, just let the chat know, but also I'll let you know because I feel like it'll matter to you especially. We are going back to Karen Reid content on Camp Shorty, just giving it a bit of a break while there's a lull in things, lol, and we'll be back for recaps and stuff when trial begins. So that free Karen Reid always. What are we doing today? Oh, tonight it's the closing arguments of the ASAP Rocky trial. Can I get an amen and a hallelujah? Yes. Hey, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're on socials, could you share this out, please? All you do is next to the like button, there's a little arrow and it says share. And you can just copy the link and paste it somewhere. Or if your stuff's linked to, guys, your socials, you can just choose which one. Thanks, Poppy. Thanks. It helps get this stream out into the algorithm so people know we're live right now. I just shared it to Twitter. Yuck, but I did it. I did it. Scotty's got a hot date with live streaming, I reckon, but maybe. Okay, so that. Takapina in his shirt sleeves. Right, well, the best part about it, oh, wait, there's something else I want to show you. Hang on. First look, chat. There's only 14 of you watching. Only 14 of the best people. Let me show you something because we have a big surprise and Joseph's going to kill me. But this, guess what we've got? Yep. Miss Shorty website, missshorty.com. It's pretty fucking cool. Wait, let me show you. Thank you to Matilda for friend of the channel, friend of mine, and Joey. Joey got the missshorty.com thing signed and sealed, and there's a music tab. Still getting a few more things about it sorted. Feel all wrinkles. There's my songs, a selection of songs. Miss Shorty music. We're going to have, but it's not done yet, a Meet the Shorty mod squad. Lumpy oatmeal. Joey, forever and ever. Amen. So that needs a description of this best mod ever, it says. So still a little bit of stuff to get done with it. There's a contact me tab. Cool, huh? Like, I think maybe we're professionals now. I think maybe I'm a real YouTuber. Am I? Maybe. Oh my God, a website. Right. Sorry. Joey, take the wheel. Joey, take the wheel. My hands are off the fucking mouse. I might. Yeah, it does look great. So wait, let me scroll back a bit. So there's what else is there? And there's going to be, it's up to me to finalize the designs. So I guess I might even do some stuff on the community tab, what's called posts now on YouTube, to get people's opinions on certain designs. There's a few that I love, but so there's going to be a merch shop, right? See, new products are coming soon. Stickers, magnets, mugs, hopefully, hoodies. I'd like a crew neck jumper, sweater, t-shirts, long and short sleeve. I don't know, maybe some poor nerds, but they can't be poor nerds because I'm not Emily D. Baker yet. Maybe like poor shorties, dirty paws. Oh, could be shorty paws. Shorty paws. Love that. And there's links to some of my some of my YouTubesy stuff. So that's pretty cool, huh? Thank you so much, Joey. Amazing. Hey, life artist. Yes, we are effing pros, Joey. We're a fucking dream team. I'm so proud of us. I've had that on my wish list since before I was even live streaming. And you know what? Joey did take the wheel. And about a week, maybe it was 2 weeks. How long was it, Joey? It feels like a minute. 2 weeks, tops. Here we are. Website. Matilda, legend, graphic designer, beautiful friend. I'm so grateful. I feel so proud. There's a little bit of a blurb there. Anyway, look, it's a whole thing. Miss Shorty Swing. Together we make each other happy. If you know, you know. That's from the outro song. So, chat. So Joey didn't make it. Joey is super talented, but Joey is he doesn't like titles. I want to say Joey's the chief financial officer and also the rusty tech guy. It's designed by Matilda. Nick, you will recognize Matilda's name from the chat. And here she is. Boom. Yes. Wait, sorry, I just yelled into the mic. Yikes. Let me do this because you are amazing, girl. I love you so very much. I appreciate you. You are very talented. And couldn't have done it without you two. You two, Joey and Matilda. Thank you. What a team, huh? Best mods. KKK. So, woman of the hour. I reckon woman of the... Thank you, Matilda. Joey has been a huge part of this. That's what she said. Yikes. Chat is bae. You like that one, Nico? Yes. I got dry hands. Chat is bae is sweet. The one limitation about the music tab is that it only let at this point Matilda, but eventually me, because I'm gonna take the wheel. You can't upload shorts to it, so it's only going to be my videos, my music videos, which are longer than 3 minutes. So any of my music videos, songs that are shorter than less than 3 minutes, immediately convert to shorts. You know, the short format. Anything that's over 3 minutes goes to a video, and it prefers the GoDaddy prefers or requires it to be a video, not a short. So that Laura's here. Hey, Laura. Wow. Boom. Yes. If you're coming in late, thanks for joining so much. Just debuting the new, published both today, MissShorty.com website. There's a contact me bit there. It's pretty cool. We tested it out. Links to my YouTubes, our YouTubes. It's our YouTubes. The musics, some of the songs. Slight emergency this morning, right, Matilda? She said, I had to put one more in, so I put the what's it called? Fucking Delight song. I was like, oh yeah, that's the new intro. I didn't check it, and then I was like, my brain was ticking over. And I'm like, hang on, the new intro video is a short. That can't be it. I'm like, oh my God, I think she means the old intro song written by previous friend of the channel, previous moderator, and very talented lyricist, Turd Ferguson, Melissa Asylum, Melissa with one ass. Video by never again friend of anybody's as far as I'm concerned, Adam Levi Boyd. So we made a quick removal of that video. Shame, because it's a fucking great song and a fucking great video, but not happening. Bonjour, Smarter Hari. Hi. Savvy's here. Who else have I missed? Under 3 minutes converts to shorts. Today I learned. Yes, I think there are video versions of it, because sometimes when I look at things, anyway, blah blah blah, YouTube, blah blah blah. Let's get to the closing arguments. That's that. MissShorty.com. Thank you so much, Joey. Thank you so much, Matilda. Love 1010. You guys are bae. You shorties are bae. Puppy, you're bae too, but annoying her. She's like, just pat me. Okay, So stop sharing. No, wait. So I haven't queued. I've got so many tabs open. Are you surprised? No, because I've got a lot of things planned. Here, wait. So we're looking at closing arguments. Oh my God, of the ASAP Rocky trial. Let's get into it. We're going, Amber, kindly, because I haven't watched them yet, because the end. Period. Full stop. Buster, I'm trying to be official. It's not working with you with that there. Trial day, no, 11, man. So I've got everything else queued up for the next 2 weeks, but for this one, which of course is not surprising at all, right? Bussy, that's noisy. Chompers. Trial. Okay. So we'll hope. Oh, good. There's hardly any. It's only 2 hours. Full screen. Pause. Wait. No, not pause. Up mic.
Okay, we're just gonna make, Judge, we call our expert real quick. We're trying to save time. Awesome.
Oh, I got a new backdrop too.
No,
Background.
hold on.
Oh, I don't mean Nick, right? My brain hurts. Nick, also, I sent you a DM. Check it. Please and thank you, sir. Why is there a tick down the bottom of this
We
one?
agree on the stipulation. Then we agree to that. We agree to that, and you do the charge, and then they could leave.
Oh, thanks. Thank you very much.
Right?
I give
They
it
don't have to leave.
better than
You can't just read.
Right. They don't leave for the day.
Not surprisingly, you can't hear a fucking thing. We can't do this. My brain can't do this. Let me just move these tabs along by 14.
To go through the jury instructions.
No, we're not going through the jury instructions. The jury basically needs to find ASAP Rocky not guilty on all charges because it's a farce, but we shall see. Defense rests. Yes. Morning break. Good. Oh, good. So we're going to have to suffer through, firstly, well, not suffer so much through, what's the other state prosecutor, the original guy that got usurped by the yelling man, Lewin. What's his name? It'll say, I'm sure. Morning break was long. Yikes. Here we go. Witness testimony. What? Amber? Judge's request. Cameras off. Oh, that's the end of the day. Fantastic. Good. Thanks for coming. See you on the next one. What? Okay. Wait. Oh. I'm so prepared. Closing arguments. Fuck. Walk and talk, chat. Walk and talk. Oh my goodness. I want to say I'm a professional because I've got a website, but my actions don't match my words, do they? It's endearing, right? It's iconic. Closing arguments. Who's this? Associated Press. Oh, 7 hours. Great. That's no. Oh my God.
Well,
Thank you, Joey. I agree.
well.
Why am I like this? Motherfucker. Prosecution.
well.
I'm going to punch you, Joey. Play a different one. Play Shorty Swing My Way or something. Why do you like that one so much? It is funny. Play the Nick one. Prosecution closing arguments. This is why you should probably prepare before you go live. Just saying. Okay. We're here. Here we are. Let's see if we can do something with this. Otherwise, just talk amongst yourselves. Oh my God, Joey. Stand by for more live. Yeah, stand by for Lisa to get her shit together. That looks like a guy doing closing arguments, don't you reckon? As the yelling man.
What the verdict in the case should be.
Okay, wait. No, this is day 12. Closing arguments set to finish. Fuck. Wait. He just said I'm well. He did the rebuttal. Lewin did the rebuttal. Can't wait. I'm coming back to chat. Can anyone help me here? You know what I should do?
Swing my way. Swing it over here, shorty.
It's not a deal
Exactly.
breaker, but I'd like to know. Thank you.
Wait, I'm going to go to Justice Served. Obviously, they're going to know because Justice Served are actual professionals. I felt so on top of things. And then here we are. Not on top of things. I do have streams.
Shawty swing my over here, shorty.
Joey, I was talking. I know it sounds like I'm rambling, but I am. Okay, fuck. Closing arguments. Please be timestamped. Please, Missy, you've timestamped it. I love you, Missy. Doesn't feel like it's timestamped, does it? Pull up for precise seeking. Yeah, well, pull up for me. Pull up, bitch. Bang, bang. That's me. God damn it. I thought this was really funny. Just check, Joey, that you're not bursting out people's earballs with that, because it could be
It's not a
loud
deal
because
breaker,
my mic
but-
is. Okay, we're not going to be able to do a chat. Sorry. Disperse. Please disperse. I don't know. I can't. Look, here we go. That's Joe Tacopina. Okay, that's the guy. There's the guy. What is Linda doing? Okay. What do we
There's
got?
a lot of talk all the time.
Yes, me. Talking, Linda. Agreed. Strongly agree.
He's gonna go back and he's gonna plant those cartridge cases.
You're welcome. See?
At the scene.
Just like that. Seamless.
You would not have enough time to possibly do that.
So this is day 12. Right. Well, I mean, it's good advertising for Justice Served, isn't it? I might see. I'll see if I can find the other one so we don't have to mooch this.
Bedroom closet.
But I'll find the start. Fuck. I'm sweating like a motherfucker.
Morning, council, President, and Mr.
You're welcome. Thanks. I know.
All right, well, just to pick up briefly where I left off. We were talking about.
Oh, I need a drink.
Scene,
Days ago. I've been so busy. I haven't stopped for weeks, for months.
Sergeant Zizzo did his best to describe for you their response to what was, not.
On the upside, Justice Served, Missy Mayhem, and Dizzy have volume boosted this. So we should be able to hear it slightly better than if we go straight through court TV. Chef's kiss. Thank you, Justice Served. Make sure you all subscribe to Justice Served. Linda Kenny Barden and Michael Bryant, great people. Oh, they interviewed or spoke to Chris Tacopina, who is Joe Tacopina's son, maybe it was yesterday. I think yes, yesterday. And Linda told him about our thirst trap for Joe Flexpack. By name, Miss Shorty. Miss Shorty, known universally as being a thirsty bitch. Yikes.
Not necessarily a clear situation.
Any publicity is good
They
publicity,
received
right?
multiple calls, and they talked to multiple
Closed
people
captions
on the
also.
scene that pointed them in.
Oh, they're doing it for us. Thanks.
Did this happen at Selma and Argyle?
I'll do it as well.
Did this happen at Selma and El Centro? Did this happen at Vista Del Mar and Selma? Was it
Double
in the
closed
street?
captions,
Was it
you're
in the
welcome.
Parking lot? What exactly happened? They show up, they do their best. That was the testimony.
I'm going to go and get a wine.
That was conflicting information.
Check.
They did the best that they could, but they went to these multiple locations, sometimes
volume.
receiving conflicting information.
Hmm.
What Mr. Tacopina did when he stood up on cross-examination was play videos from another officer to show, look, there's 7 or 8 officers on the scene. They're doing this thorough search of the street. He tells you an opening statement. It's a thorough search. Spotlight is involved. But what he's not told you is why the police then don't find the fired cartridge cases from the defendant's gun, this prop gun.
I wonder if I can hear it in this earlobe as well. Earboard. Wouldn't that be exciting?
They're saying that's also a semi-automatic firearm. So 2 cartridge cases also would have come out of that.
Nah.
Mr.
Oh, wait.
Tacopina also made a similar error to you when he stood up and opened
Both
his statement,
these.
and he described.
I love
how he
life.
went
I love
to see
everything.
Mr. Ephron returning to the scene. He put up part of that grainy surveillance video of a person with a white top
Sorry,
coming
Wayne.
back to the scene at 11:10 and made a big point.
I'll turn my microphone
That's going to prove that Mr. Ephron's a liar because Mr. Ephron said he came back with his girlfriend, and these were his words: "Unless she's a ghost, she's not on that video."
I turned my microphone down, Prince.
But you know now, because you sat through the evidence and the testimony, that
Uh-oh.
all the evidence points to that not.
Joey,
being
just play the sparkles. Thank you.
Mr. Ephron, when he came back, took photographs of the cartridge cases. When LAPD went to collect this video the day after they were notified of this,
Don't
They
forget,
were
if
told
you
by Mr.
remember,
Efron, an
you can,
approximation of when he turned. He didn't have an exact
drop that
time.
cool
They
"Hey
did an
Shorties" emote
approximation.
in the
They went,
chat
they collected the video,
to
they saw
celebrate all
someone
those
turning,
random people
and they
joining our
thought, okay, that must be
community.
him, and they collected.
This one.
That error that they made back in November of 2021 has certainly been flushed out in the years since this has happened. And what you know from the timestamp on Mr. Efron's photographs of those cartridge cases is that he actually came back closer to 11:45. The video stops at 11:20, so obviously we don't have video of him actually coming back.
Thank you,
Certainly
Laura.
does not contradict
You're a
Mr.
good team
Efron's,
player, girl.
Detailed statement to you that when he came back, he had his girlfriend with him. She wouldn't obviously be on video. It's not collected and not played. It's also clear the person who comes back is wearing different clothing than what Mr. Efron was wearing at the time. And you also heard Mr. Efron testify at the preliminary hearing. When he was first shown that video, he looked at it and said, "That's not me." So all that together, you know, the person that you see on that video was not Mr.
Yes,
Efron.
Princey, I reckon you're right. It often happens, doesn't it? Hope so. I hope they stay because we're fun.
Takapina, I'm sure, made a big point pointing out why Mr. Efron returning to that scene, not having his girlfriend with him, and proving that Mr. Efron was lying with those
Thank you for being here.
was all to get you to believe his next big point, which is that Mr. Efron planted those two fired cartridge cases that he found at the scene. That's what the defense needs.
I'm just sharing out to my socials if you're wondering what I'm doing on my
phone.
phone.
Mr. Efron planted those cartridge cases. When you really think through, all the information that you have does not make sense. One reason, consider that Mr. Efron, as he's telling people what happened to him over and over and over, I mean, I could go 9 times over, he's telling everyone that the defendant shot at him 3 or 4 times, including the night he brings those 2 cartridges into the police station. He tells that police officer 3 or 4 shots. This is important because if you assume that what the defense is trying to argue to you, that Mr. Efron planted those cartridge cases, you have to ask yourself, how, within reason, how would that happen? What you'll find is that none of the things that you would reasonably expect to happen actually happened in this case. If he planted those cartridge cases, what would you expect? First, where did those cartridge cases come from? How did he actually, mechanically, how did he have 2 fired cartridge cases to plant? The defense wants you to believe that apparently he knew in advance that Mr. Mayers, the defendant, was going to shoot at him.
Laura, I'm so jealous. I literally almost cried this morning when my alarm went off 4:25, which is an epic sleep in for me, to be honest, any day of the week. I was like, oh, I'm gonna sleep for a lot longer, like all of the hours, but I couldn't because I had work to do, and we had to go live with this. And so I'm wearing trackies. I'm wearing like some of my favorite trackies. I'm like, I'm not wearing tight fucking control waist tights. Nah, I'm wearing trackies. It's Sunday, y'all.
And that he was going to shoot at him with a semi-automatic pistol.
Yes,
So
Matilda,
Mr.
I did.
Efron, the mastermind that you saw testify here,
I've got to do it to my
hatched this
Facebook and
elaborate
stuff, but
plan.
yes.
And weeks before this crime, he went to a gun range and he got a 9mm Glock.
Did you know we have a
43
Facebook page?
and fired it
Oh,
multiple times.
Is it?
By some miracle.
Patricia, I saw you message me. Sorry, I haven't got to it. I've been so busy.
Mr. Efron
I
must
will.
have known that ASAP Blue accidentally bought a magazine for a Glock 43. Okay? And that ASAP Blue, somehow Mr. Efron learned that. He's also going to intuit or know ASAP Blue's going to load that magazine, fully loaded, and he's going to leave it at the defendant's bedroom closet. Now, if
It's
you're
all
already
sleeping when you get up at
thinking
3 or
this sounds
3:30 every other day. Yikes.
it makes absolutely no sense. At this point, just to go back to jury selection and the example that you were given with Boomer the dog, and Mr. Lewin asked you, well, how can you be sure that a tornado didn't come down the chimney and just trash the house? How can you be sure? I mean, honestly, that sounds more reasonable than the idea that Mr. Ephron knew in advance that he was going to be fired at and knew to go get that specific kind of gun to fire at a firing range to collect those cartridge cases that he could plant in the future when this shooting happens. There's no way that this scenario would work without Mr. Ephron knowing in advance that this shooting is going to happen and that he's going to need cartridge cases to plant at the scene.
No way.
Under the defense scenario too, he would not have time to get those cartridge cases any other way. He has a limited amount of time, 10 p.m., just after 10 p.m. on a Saturday, to leave the scene where the shooting happens, go find a gun, fire it off 2 times.
Kimberly, is that a hint?
What
about if I speed this bad boy up?
And he's
Blah,
going to
blah,
fire
blah.
it off multiple
Lies.
times, and then he's going to go back to the scene. I guess, by 11:10, when that person in the white shirt. So
There's a lot of
changes clothes,
objections
he's going to go back and he's going to
in the
plant those
defense
cartridge
one.
cases at the scene. He would not
1.4.
have enough time to possibly do that.
So
So second
this
point,
goes
consider
for not
how
much longer.
It doesn't make
Wait.
any sense that Mr. Ephron planted these. Is that, as I pointed out, Mr. Ephron told literally everyone who would listen, including Wally. on those
20 more
tapes,
minutes. I'll
that
slow it down a
the
bit.
defendant fired no
And then
than
Joe
2 shots.
Jacopina.
Now, you all, I'm sure, can appreciate how stressful this situation would have been for Mr. Ephron, and that as the defendant's firing at him, he's not sitting there counting exactly how many shots. So as he's telling the police how many shots were fired at him, he's doing his best to recall.
We'll be
stressful
good.
situation.
I'll
He
slow it down a bit.
genuinely believes 3 or 4 shots are fired at him.
Plenty of time.
That's his sincere belief. That's what he tells the police. If he is going to plant those cartridge cases, though, and come up with
Holy,
a crazy scenario
hi.
that I told you,
I'm gonna cough, wait.
Happen, gets these cartridge cases in advance so he can come back and plant them. at the
Holly,
scene.
pause.
What-
Holly, guess what I did? Guess what I did yesterday? Last night. I ordered a second monitor off Amazon and a dongle, worst word, up there with panties and moist and sebum. So thank you for that suggestion. It's a snazzy curved screen, 24-inch. Whew, sounds like it's going to break us. Jokes. So come next weekend, I should be able to see things a lot better and theoretically be a little bit more of a professional. Like, I can't even see how many people are watching. 16. Hey. So thank you for that suggestion. My brain was full and hadn't thought of that in a long time. And so, yes, love you, girl.
Wouldn't you reasonably expect?
Oh, and guess what? If you're late coming in, wait, I'm going to show you all something. We'll go back to this in a second. Sorry if you've already seen it. Share this tab instead. Wait. Pretend I'm professional. Here, share this tab instead. Look what just launched today. MissShorty.com. It's a whole vibe. It's a whole thing. Miss Shorty Swing. Together we make each other happy. Have a look around. There's a merch store coming. Contact me tab. Still in the building phase, but meet our mods. Meet the Shorty Mod Squad. YouTube links. My music. This, when I click it, pretty snazzy, huh? Thanks to Joey for securing the MissShorty.com. What's it called? Domain. And you're the best. Thank you. And for Matilda for designing the website. Quick Sticks, what a fucking legend. Team Shorty, he's go.
Mr. Ephron to tell the police the defendant only fired at him 2
Yes.
times.
Say it,
Wouldn't
Patricia.
that be
I
a
can't wait to
reasonable
either.
explanation?
Hi, Debbie.
He's making this up. He planted these cartridges. He's making up.
Hi, Candy.
shots were fired
I've
at
missed
him.
a few people.
Wouldn't he
Hello.
actually walk into the police and say, no, it was only 2 shots. He would match his story with the physical evidence that he's walking into the station. Now, to this point, here's another way that Mr. Ephron
It's
would
like
have
the
to abuse
professionals.
his telepathic powers, because he's going to know, or he would have to know, that after he tells the police, I only got 2, but there were 3 to 4 shots that were fired. He's going to know the police
she
are going to
is.
later
A
go
true
collect the
artist
video
and a
that has
true
audio,
friend.
and that audio
Lot
is
of
going
love
to
for Miss
definitively
Matilda.
show you that in fact there were only 2 shots that were fired. I want you to consider, when you're considering how reasonable this scenario
Wait,
is,
it's over his
Mr. Ephron
face.
plans these cartridge cases.
Oh, and then he moves.
Consider the alternative, which is, what if Mr. Ephron had walked into the police station and he said, the defendant fired 4 shots at me, and he walked in and he was holding a bag with 4 fired cartridge cases in it. And then the police went out and collected video, and you found out there were only 2 shots. Then you'd have a major, major problem. It could not be true what Mr. Ephron would be saying. But that's not the evidence you have. You have the inverse. You have him saying, I genuinely believe it was 3 to 4, but I only found 2. And then you have independent evidence, independent of him, that shows you it was actually only 2. Third problem with Mr. Ephron planting these cartridge cases.
Fuck, that's small. That's what she said.
If what the defense was telling you was true, that Mr. Mayers fired a fake semi-automatic gun, Mr. Ephron planted these 2 real fired cartridge cases at the scene.
Standing ovation for Matilda. Yes.
Contradict his story.
Yes.
I mean, Mr.
She also-
Ephron
wait.
specifically sends text messages back to the defendant's manager.
She also did the iconic Saint. I'm not sure. Steph had some questions actually, whether it should be Saint Miss Shorty or just Saint Shorty. I'm not sure. I probably should know because I am that person. Lol. Highly facetious. I mean, obviously, I'm not a saint yet. Jokes. But if you might have seen on my community, on the it's called posts now, on the community tab where we put pictures and shit, the cool design that of a religious Russian Orthodox icon image of me, my face holding roller skates. So good. Matilda, you're very clever.
Bills, and 12. All of which, in sum and substance, accuse the defendant of firing a real gun at him. Wouldn't you expect even one of those people to respond back to him and say,
Oh, you are tiny.
what are you talking about? We all know Rocky carries a fake
I'm
gun.
161. So
It doesn't
I
happen.
tower over you, Laura.
Doesn't happen. That's their moment to contradict him, to confront him, and they don't. While we're on the subject of his text messages, and him really kind of locking himself into this being a real gun that's fired at him, those text messages are important because they also betray 2 other major flaws in the defense theory of this case. Those messages by Mr. Ephron put the defendant, certainly the defendant himself, but all the other people in his inner circle, on notice that Mr. Ephron is going to accuse the defendant of shooting a real gun at him.
Cool, huh,
So
Candy?
I've already told you, wouldn't you expect him to respond back with, hey, you know that that's not true. This was a fake gun. That's not what happens. But, the text messages you saw from the defendant were to deny anything happened. But second, the defendant would immediately understand that that prop gun that he used, right, that real prop gun that he has, that is not only his get out of jail free card, that is his make Mr. Ephron's fake lawsuit go away later.
I feel like those ridiculous grazed knuckles for 30 million are probably his get out of jail card free. What do you think, shorties? I don't know whether I think the lunacy of it all might be what the jury. I mean, the jury is reconvening on Tuesday, US time. There's some sort of holiday on Monday, I believe, in at least in California. Yeah, what do you think, chat? We should do a poll. Don't know how to do one. Taryn does the polls. Taryn's still, we're not sure how she is, but thoughts and prayers and big love for Taryn. But what do you think, chat? What's the jury going to do? Type in not guilty or guilty. What do you think? And also, do you like my more calm background so my spinning plate's brain doesn't get so frazzled by what's on the screen? I like it.
So he needs to keep close tabs on that fake gun, right? So your reasonable expectation was, Mr. Ephron texts the defendant, you tried to kill me with your real gun. The defendant's response would be, I gotta keep that gun. Now, what is the actual response you receive through Lou? ASAP Lou comes in here and tells you that the defendant came up to him with the prop gun and said, get rid of this, I don't want it anymore. Is that reasonable? this is kind of where my job gets
Big
hard,
not guilty from
because I have to explain to you
Matilda.
how their version of how this prop gun disappeared doesn't
crazy.
make sense.
it's crazy.
But we know that none of this actually ever happened, because this is all a made-up story. So when I talk about the prop gun, understand that there never was a prop gun, okay? Never to begin with.
Agree.
I'm sure what happened
Strongly
was
agree.
Lou took that Glock 43, the real one that was used, with the modified slide, and got rid of it. And when he did that, he forgot that there was an extra magazine for that gun in the defendant's closet. Now to that point, and oh my gosh, this is a new magazine. I'm not saying that that magazine that we have in evidence, that magazine specifically was the one in the gun that was used at the time the shooting happened. Guns come with multiple magazines. You can purchase additional magazines for guns. But the defendant knew he had to get rid of that real gun. He can't have that, because that's going to definitively tie him back to this crime scene. So either he or Lou, his right-hand man, get rid of it. And they get rid of it with the magazine that's in it. But they forget there's that backup magazine in the defendant's closet. But either way, let's assume their prop gun theory is true. Why would the defendant get rid of the one thing, the most important thing that could definitively prove his innocence? Why would you do that? You received an instruction about someone, either the defendant or someone other than the defendant, trying to conceal or destroy evidence, and
Pause.
using that as actual evidence.
Joey, it was just for your ears only. I was just telling you, listen to it, Joey. What do you think? I'm yet to release that bad boy. Have got to make the cover art. Sorry, talk and Miss Shorty music shop chat. Yes, no, it's for next weekend, if at all.
The defendant was aware that he was guilty. Why would the defendant get rid of that gun unless he knew it was going to prove he was guilty? Unless he knew it was.
Wait, Heather's here.
Literally makes
Look.
no sense.
Hi, Heather.
That he would not keep
And-
the prop gun, so that when Mr. Ephron goes to the police,
Heather, Cane rained green on you yesterday. So you are green, girl. Holly. Yeah, wouldn't that be handy? I'll shoot you a DM on the Twitters, because I'm back on the Twitters. Yikes.
police, he can turn around and say, "Here it is. Here's the prop gun. This is the one I used." Anyway, if you're inclined to accept Lou's story that he flew across the country on a private jet and gave the prop gun back to the co-director of the DMV music video shoot, there's still yet another problem with Lou's story. Why doesn't Lou get the gun back? So they haven't explained, why would the defendant get rid of this gun in the first place? He needs to keep this. This is very important in this situation. But for whatever reason, he gets rid of it. Lou flies it back and they give it to this co-director. Lou knows this is a crucial piece of evidence. This would prove that his brother is innocent. So what does Lou tell you? What efforts did Lou make to get that gun back? He needs it back now. Oh my God, I can't believe we got rid of it in the first place, but now we definitely need it back. But what does he do? He makes one phone call, and he's basically told, I don't really know where it is. And so he decides, just let it go. Doesn't make any other requests, doesn't do anything else to try to get that gun
Woo!
back.
Wait, did I
Does that
miss
sound
something?
believable for even 1 minute? It's certainly not reasonable. We're bordering on
Oh my God, mate.
insulting to your intelligence.
Joey, you
Also
legend.
consider the timing of
Love
when
you.
Lou comes up with this idea that he
So many
gave the
videos,
back
Joey.
to the co-director of the music video. That was literally something he came up with the day that he testified.
Thank you, Joey.
Why does that
Hey.
matter? Well, we don't have an opportunity to go find this co-director, bring that person into court, call him as a witness. But Lou's known about him for years. They could have called him. They could have had him come in, testify, and tell you all about it. Certainly, they would have known about it when Lou tells his story in August of 2020.
Don't forget, if you remember, and we do Cane Rain,
Where is his testimony?
Emoji's in the chat.
You didn't hear from him because his whole story is made up. On top of that, has the defense proved to you that this prop gun ever existed? Ever existed? You would want to hear from the co-director that has it now, right? But wouldn't you also want even a single piece of paper
Wait,
that
as
proves to you
I my brain, just me, you know me, and I mentioned the fantastic icon that Matilda did for us. Can we see that? Not really very bigly, can we? That's a bit bigger. It's on the posts in the YouTubes. It's a picture of me. It was hard to find a picture of me without my my specs on, and or without a hard hat on. Hi, Britt. Good to see you. Okay, back to it. Hilarious, Matilda. Very clever. Love.
existed? A receipt for it? This was on a music video. Where are the call sheets about it? Is there a safety coordinator that could say, yeah, I was there, we had prop guns, and I had to warn people about them? Was there a video of the gun, even at the music video shoot? Is there literally a picture of anything? We found a picture of Ilse's face from the day after this incident.
It's so good.
This, they're saying, is a prop gun that not only was it in the music video, but it was so...
It's going in the merch, Matilda. I think we should make. Wait. Oh, sorry, chat. I'm sorry if you want continuity. I can't provide it. I just can't provide it right now. She's an interrupter. Steph asked me via DM if it would be weird. What did she say? It's so funny about that image. She goes, wait, fuck, she's a funny bitch. Where is it? She goes, can I make that an 8x11 print to put in a gold frame for my wall in not a creepy way? Not creepy, like saying no homo, but in Stephanie's. So I think we should have that image as a poster or something in the merch store. I don't know. It's so good. I don't know. It's got to be a magnet, surely. I don't know. It's so good. I got tears in my eyes.
There's literally been no documentation provided to you that that gun ever exists. No purchases, no receipts, no paperwork, anywhere.
It's not a deal
Lou
breaker, but
says
I'd like to
he
know.
took that prop gun, right? And what did he do? He modified it. He put a belt clip on it. He modified the magazine. Did he bring in any proof of that? Receipt for a belt clip? Receipt for
Yes,
a magazine?
I was going to say
Nothing.
playing.
On top of that, you know, this is an item that the defendant carried around all the time, right? He had to. This was security. When the police search his house,
How
do they
has
find
Dean
literally
commissioned that
anything
piece?
that supports the idea that a prop gun was there?
Sorry,
Do they find any other
chat.
prop guns? Do they find prop ammunition?
I mean, by definition, chat is for chatting, right? Colors wants to have her own merch, right? Love Russian propaganda merch. Love propaganda. Sorry, like Russian stuff. It's a whole thing. If you know, you know. And I would love to have that her merch store on my website somehow, but all the proceeds go to Colors, right? I don't want the money from any of it. We're going to make the merch be as high quality as possible with the lowest. I don't want a profit margin. I don't care about profit. So the lowest pricing. I think we're doing a print on demand, right, Matilda? So if you've got ideas that you want as merch, whether they're items or designs, let me know. But I would love for Colors to have a link to her own merch store and all Russian stuff. Oh my God, the monkeys are going to lose their minds. So good. So good.
Ammunition? No.
Back to trial. I just
Literally,
spat.
you literally have zero proof, except for the testimony of Lou and the testimony of 12. And I've talked to you about why you should view their testimony with a healthy dose of skepticism. That's literally the only thing. There's no independent proof that that prop gun has ever existed.
Yeah.
It's equally insulting.
Again, I'm going to pause.
Idea
Not surprising.
that there
Amber, I couldn't find the closing arguments on the court TV stream because I have got like probably 14 tabs open up the top. So we're going with restreaming Justice Served, which makes sense because they've got a volume booster on their stuff as well. And I love I hope we're all subscribed to Justice Served. If you're not, please do subscribe to Justice Served. Hopefully next weekend I'll be a guest on Justice Served with Linda Kenny Barden and Michael Bryant. Ah, love. Collaborations are the best. But thank you for joining us, Amber. I hope you got in safely. Obviously, you did, without any icy incidents.
There is like a cone of silence within the ASAP collective relating to members who knew
Thank
that
you,
the
Amber.
defendant always carried this prop gun, which they only speak about, only ASAP 12 and only ASAP, and they only speak about this on the eve of trial. And that they're going to hold this information inside them.
Yes, Nick. Absolutely. I think probably Matilda's the one to commission that. Have you all provided your photos to colours for whatever the surprise is for the Supreme Leader, by the way, but also this?
I mean, good for them. I'm happy. But I just want to make sure that I am still held in the highest esteem of the
It's so good.
system. It's not a deal breaker, but I'd like to know. Thank you.
I cannot stress enough how good that is.
Knowing that the defendant, their brother, is facing criminal charges, they're going to hold this inside and they're only going to really present it to the 12 jurors. Does that make any sense?
Excellent.
As
He
soon as
can.
the defendant's arrested, what would you expect them to do? You'd expect them to be beating down the doors of police stations to tell the police officers and detectives, you guys got it all wrong. This is a fake gun. That's not what they do. They hold it inside. They let him have criminal charges hang over his head. They let the preliminary hearing come and go. They literally wait till the day before jury.
You're a
selection
funny
to finally
bastard.
reveal that there was the gun that was used was a prop gun. It's, again, defies all reason. They claim, 12 and Lou, they both claim that the police never tried to talk to them. It's not true. You heard that they both refused to talk to the police when asked.
I'm
The
happy.
judge specifically asked both of them, and he said talk to the police, they both refused. But even more,
Hi,
that's not
Michelle.
really the expectation you would have, right? They had this information that would exonerate their friend, their brother, their meal ticket, the guy they
Oof.
rely on.
The meal
You
ticket,
want
that's
them to
harsh.
seek out the police. Police, that's what you expect. Not wait for the police to come knocking on their door, knowing that they have the secret information. Ladies and gentlemen, when you decide
Too small.
the gun
That's
in
what
this
she
case
said.
is a real gun, for any one of the many reasons that I've
Better. I don't know how to fix
this
it.
case is over.
What if you
Let
right
me
click
address
it?
really quickly though, the new defense. It goes something like this. If you don't believe this was a prop gun, try to believe that when the defendant fired his real gun, he was only doing it either in defense of Hills or in defense of 12. Now, right off the bat, you have to acknowledge that that defense is completely contradictory, completely
Probably.
with the
Probably,
other defense,
Princey.
which is, no, actually, this was a prop. It cannot be both a prop gun and a real gun.
I can be.
The problem with that.
Hello,
defense
did you watch the Rust
very
trial,
similar to
sir?
everything else I've talked to, which is this whole case is on video.
I like that better, but it's so small. I'll work out how to edit it. Lol. I don't know how to edit them or delete them. God damn it. Settings? I'll just do some stuff here. Layouts. Oh!
What the video in this case shows you is that Mr. Ephron was not a violent person in either of these instances. And especially at the corner of this Del Mar and Selma, you can see that initial interaction. You can see that he's feet away from those as the defendant charges towards him with a gun. The defendant was not protecting anyone. He was not doing anything but initiating an attack.
Ah!
Which you legally cannot do and then claim self-defense.
I don't know what I just did. Okay, I can do that. I'll do that out later. I'll change the sizing of these frames.
With you by telling you a story. The story I'm going to tell you is the story.
Fucking pedo
of the
did that
defendant
shit.
in this case.
Pedo pirate.
If what they're telling you or want you to believe is true, this is essentially what would have to happen. Now, Rocky, he's a famous rapper. He's in his house and he's just hanging out with his good friend Lou. Lou would do anything for him. They meet in a crowd. Lou becomes his personal assistant, tour manager. He's a DJ. He has his own clothing brand. He's a security consultant. Lou does it all. You need to know that even if you need someone to be at your house while the police are searching, Lou's got your back. You need someone to come to court, lie on your behalf, Provide a false alibi, Lou will do that for you too.
It requires my
Lou is
brain
Rocky's
be
right
more
hand.
focused. Lol.
Now Rocky's having security problems. He's constantly being victimized by scary people. He's in a nightclub, he's stabbed with a real knife. It was violent, it was scary. Not only was he stabbed, his good friend 12 was also stabbed at the same time.
Yes.
That's the kind of violence that he's facing.
2 minutes
Not only
17.
that, scary people break into his house. He's had his home burglarized. He's had stalkers follow him. On top of all that, which has happened to him directly, that violence that Rocky
Another 20
experienced
minutes of
doesn't
this
happen to them.
boring man.
Other rappers around
Not
him
engaging at all, fellow.
are also the victims of violent crimes. Some even being shot and murdered with real guns. So faced with this violent world, these violent people, Rocky does the only reasonable thing he can think of. Does he hire extra security? No. He turns to Lou. And Lou, his security consultant, and a professional security person who will remain unidentified, jointly came to another reasonable conclusion, which is that when someone needs to defend themselves against real guns, real knives, like Rocky does, what they should do is they should carry a fake gun. Lucky for Rocky, he just so happens to film a music video, and on that music video set, they just so happen to have such a prop gun. Does he have to go out and buy a prop gun? No. That would have created a paper trail that could have proved that he had this prop gun. Instead, what Rocky does, he uses his ability to see in the future, where he sees that he's going to need this prop gun.
What?
And so he takes one of the prop guns.
That's a
and uses it.
stupid thing to say.
This is going to be very handy. His good friend Lou suggested to him that he should carry the prop gun to defend himself against, again, scary people with real weapons, real knives, real guns. Lou, you gotta understand too, in the story,
Shawty swing my way. Swing it over here, shawty.
shoot them. And he's very
I presume that was
knowledgeable.
loud. Sorry.
Specifically though, Lou owns a Glock 42, which uses .380 ammunition. Very important. You gotta understand this for the story. Neither Lou nor Rocky own a Glock 43. That has to be true in order for their story to make sense. Because a Glock 43 uses 9mm ammunition. But back to Lou, the other thing that you need to know about Lou is he's also apparently very clumsy. He's not detail oriented. And when Lou goes to the gun store one day, he just so happens to purchase an extra magazine, and it, wouldn't you know it, golly. Even though he owns the Glock 42, he just so happens to grab the wrong magazine. And he accidentally buys a Glock 43 magazine. Now remember, totally wrong magazine, will not fit in any of his guns, totally different caliber, totally useless to it. And around the same time,
Good,
Lou and
isn't
Rocky
it?
decide they're going to go to a shooting range. And Lou comes over to Rocky's house, and he brings his guns and his new single useless magazine he's just bought with a completely wrong gun.
Oh,
And only
fuck,
then does
man.
Lou realize this is it. While he's in Rocky's house, of course. Even worse, Lou calls around trying to find a gun range he can go to. But he can't
Pause.
find one. So
Heather,
don't go shooting. Now he has his guns. That's why he has his guns at Rocky's house.
thank you. And also, I don't have that happen to me often in writing, like typing posts. But the number of times I am doing a voice note TED talk and my phone goes, oh, wait, low power mode, 20%, and X's me out of the voice note. And I'm like, for the love of fucking Saint Miss Shorty, I was on a roll there. I can't replicate that audio genius. It's going to sound rehearsed. Now, I was on a roll. Thoughts and prayers, Heather. It's the thought that counts.
That's why they don't go shooting. So what do they do instead? They're going to hang out. They're going to drink alcohol. They're going to talk. Lou's not only clumsy though. Lou is also fidgety.
It's the
That's his-
state's closing
Instead of
argument.
fidgeting with
Summation.
literally anything else in the house, leave the label on here, literally anything else. What Lou's going to fidget with is that magazine that he bought for the wrong guy. And Lou's fidgeting is basically going to consist of him loading that magazine. with
Facts. And the music, Holly. We'll play a song after this.
Ammunition, by the way,
Liam.
is difficult to purchase, regulated, but Lou doesn't care. Lou fidgets and also
Wait.
apparently stops fidgeting when the magazine is fully loaded. Doesn't unload.
I just had a thought. Are we looking? Oh, is Laura still here? Are we looking very Australia Day or Australia right now? I've got a yellow background. I'm wearing green. So Australia's colours in sport are usually green and yellow. Like it's wattle and gum, wattle flowers and gum. And then the Justice Serve logos and stuff are all green. So it's like I planned it. I didn't. Just noteworthy. Here we are. I'm just Australia represent all the way.
His 9mm ammunition. For some reason, keeps it in this useless magazine. And Lou is responsible for leave it at Rocky's house. By the way, the first time Lou's going to mention it, he has to do that when he's on cross-examination.
Not a deal breaker, but I'd like to know.
The fact that his useless magazine was fully loaded.
Too quiet.
Convenient detail. Anyway, because Lou's been drinking, he leaves his
Not a deal
guns,
breaker,
leaves his
but I'd like to
magazine,
know. Thank you.
including that useless one at Rocky's house overnight. And he comes back the next day and collects most of his stuff. What Lou doesn't collect, though, of course,
Chef's kiss.
that useless, fully loaded magazine. You also have to understand that even though I told you in the story, Rocky has been told, carry a fake gun, he doesn't really follow that advice when it comes to.
Come on, Aussie, come on, come on.
Even though he's told he should carry a fake gun, he's going to disregard that advice and he's going to have real guns in his house.
Yes.
Chrome,
Yes,
44
yes,
Magnum
yes.
handgun. He's going to have a rifle. He's going to have a shotgun. But importantly, none of those guns use 9mm deliberate ammunition. Rocky keeps his real guns right next to his bed.
And I'm drinking yellow
Somehow,
drink,
and Lou
watered
doesn't
down
really explain it.
juice. It's my
After
one
Lou leaves this Glock
juice for the
42
day, other than
magazine in
wine.
his house, the magazine miraculously is going to end up not just in Rocky's bedroom, but in his bedroom closet. And it's going to be in a box with a bunch of stuff that actually fits the guns that Rocky has: rifle ammunition, shotgun ammunition. And again, it's just a total coincidence. Lou's useless magazine is going to end up, the one he's been fidgeting with is going to end up in Rocky's bedroom closet. Now, at this point, this is where I need to introduce yet another character of the story. This character is a cartoonesque villain. He's hulking, hugely muscular. He spends most of his time in the gym, except for when he's
he
using
talking about
his
Joe?
villain powers of seeing into the future and mind control. What do I mean by that? Well, this figure, I'm going to call him Relly, is going to set up Rocky to make it look like Rocky shot at him with a real gun when everyone, including Relly, knows Rocky will.
Nick. Gold is just it's a Nick Francis way of saying Aldi cheese, let's be honest. Gold just sounds better than yellow, but we all know that it's yellow, and it symbolizes, trust me, because I'm more of an Aussie than you are, only by 20 years, not completely. Green and gold, fine, still gum and wattle. It's not a deal breaker, but I'd like to know. Thanks.
Really carries fake guns. So how does he do this? Well, he's going to go to a shooting range. Relly. A few weeks before, he's going to set up Rocky. And he's
Guts
going
in
to fire
wine?
guns, and of course, because he can see into the future.
Gulping?
He's going to set
I'll
up-
never gut wine. Getting.
He's going
No.
to shoot
No.
a Glock 42 handgun and just collect those cartridges. Now, because Relly is
It's
such a
10:30
mastermind,
a.m. Give it
even though
another
he's planning
hour
on
or
setting up
so.
Rocky, he's going to film himself while he does this, for whatever reason he wants to have proof of his master plan. While he's at the gun range, he's going to use his power to see into the future and see that Lou has bought the wrong magazine for a gun he doesn't own, and that Lou is going to leave the magazine at Rocky's house, and it's going to end up in Rocky's
I
bedroom
did
closet.
just say
And with
Aldi.
that knowledge, Relly is going to
We have Aldi here.
collect those cartridge cases,
Best
and carry
place.
them around just
Nick
in case.
hates it.
He happens to be in a place where Rocky shoots at him with his fake gun later. Relly's going to fly from LA to New York, North Carolina, back, repeatedly taking commercial flights. And somehow he's going to keep a hold on those fired cartridge cases that he's going to use to frame Rocky. Now here's where the mind control comes in. Relly somehow gets Rocky to provoke a confrontation. It's Relly's idea, but Rocky's going to do it. And he's going to make Rocky reach out to him with threatening messages and propose that Relly meet him when it's actually Relly's plan all along. Right? It's brilliant. So Relly meets up with Rocky in Hollywood.
Nick, I'm also an import. I was born to two full-blown, full-blooded Canadian parents in Canada, and then lived in Boston, in Needham, for 3.5 years, and then my expat Aussie parents returned to Australia. So I've got a couple of decades on you in Aussie lands, but I can't really claim to be a full-blown Aussie, I got to say. But really, are any of us native to our land? No, we're all imports. That's the melting pot that is our world, right?
And Relly gets Rocky to pull the gun on him as he's attacking Rocky. Now, I say attacking Rocky, but what I really mean is that Relly's using his non-dominant left hand and casually reaching out towards Rocky. This, of course, is gonna
Oldie.
make Rocky respond.
Oldie.
Well, what does
We-
Rocky do?
Oldie.
Well, nothing, actually. This is where I have to introduce our next character, 12 to the story. And 12 is going to have the good fortune. to be
That's
able
why
to
we've got the
see
typo
that
emote for you,
that
Heather.
Rocky didn't pull
Michelle for
the
Joey.
gun as Relly had planned. What happened was the fake gun just so happened to fall out of Rocky's pants. What terrible luck for Rocky that would fall out at that precise moment. And not only that, but fall into his hand, and then his finger would land near the trigger, just at the moment where he happens to walk into view of a camera. Even more unfortunate, because in this story, Rocky isn't mad. He's not upset with Relly. You know, remember 12 he told you, oh, these were casual messages. Why are you ducking my calls? Let's get to it. You know, very friendly. Rocky's not mad. But Rocky's going to look mad on this video for some reason. It's going to look like he's advancing towards Relly, when in reality, as 12 people tell you, it's just that he didn't have anywhere to go. I mean, apparently, except for the exact
Thank
same
you,
direction
Michelle, the
he
peacekeeper,
walked.
always.
But Relly's not going to be successful in his plan just yet. Even though Rocky has a gun in his hand, Rocky's going to walk away.
Yellow.
And since he hasn't satisfied his objective, Relly's going to follow Rocky and the other members. And he's going to call them a bunch of bad names. Relly's seen the future, so he knows that Rocky's going to attack. But Relly's going to attack Ills first, and Relly's going to throw haymakers and punches at Ills, repeatedly punching him in the face. Now, shockingly, despite Relly's tremendous size and strength, Ills will suffer no haymakers. This is where Relly's plan runs.
I'm going to pause again, obviously.
Because even though Relly knows that the gun is fake,
Is anybody else watching both the closed captions, the original ones on the Justice Served stream? Thank you, Justice Served, for letting us. I presume you wouldn't mind. We love Justice Served. Couldn't find the actual closing arguments because that's how professional I am. Like the original court feed one. Is anybody looking at the different? Look right now. He says Relly on. The prosecutor says Relly. The bigger closed caption says REI, and the one down the bottom says Rally RALLY, and I find that very interesting because it's all YouTube closed captioning, right? Cool.
fake. Relly's going to start acting.
Now you won't be able to unlook it.
And as is Relly's just fantastic fortune, Rocky and 12B are, also for unknown reasons, also going to act like Rocky's firing a real gun. Rocky's going to chase Relly, which he doesn't have to do because the gun that he's using is fake and doesn't fire anything. 12B too, he knows it's fake, but 12B's also going to run away across the street and hide behind a wall.
Not even addictive, Joey. Not me playing by myself for hours yesterday, and with my other Aussie friends.
Better because there will just so happen to be a camera.
So good.
Capturing all of this brilliant acting by Relly, Rocky, and 12. Okay. As is Relly's plan. Now he's been successful. Rocky's fired that gun twice. He knows he's got those cartridge cases to plant in. So after everyone leaves, what does Relly do? Of course. Does he plant those fake cartridge cases he's been carrying around to frame Rocky? And then stay there, point them out to the police. Hey, look, you guys find these. No. He's just going to leave. And he's going to wait for the police to search, not find anything, and then he's going to come back. And he's going to plant them for reasons that are unexplained.
Sounds a lot like taillight pieces, right, chat?
And then when he reports this to the police, he's going to tell the police that Rocky fired 2 gunshots at him so that his story matches the evidence found, right? That's what he's going to do? No. Actually, what he's going to do, this is brilliant, he's going to tell the police that it's 3 or 4 gunshots. And in fact, he's going to repeat that over and over and over and over again. Why? Again, Relly's got that power. He knows, he can see into the future. He knows that there's going to be video that captures the sound of only 2 gunshots. And Relly also knows that when the police search Rocky's house, they're going to find Lou's magazine for that Glock 43, which will seem will miraculously be consistent with the fired cartridge cases that Relly planted, which it's all miraculous because Relly was using his future-seeing power.
Oh my God, this guy.
Now, Relly's going to make a mistake. That night, he's going to accuse Rocky of firing a real gun.
Yeah, because just band-aids. Just a reminder. Hang on. Just a reminder. This is what this is all about. I mean, it's not a deal breaker, but I'd like to know. Thanks. This prosecutor is definitely trying to put the burden on the defense, on the defendant, isn't he? That's not how it usually goes in criminal trials, or am I wrong, chat? Oh, I forgot to press the share tab instead. Wait. Fuck.
Via text message that Rocky actually fired a real gun. Now, even though Rocky knows that Relly is going to say that he used a real gun, even though he knows he actually fired a fake gun.
Okay, Heather, welcome.
Rocky is
Pause.
But he needs to get rid of the fake gun.
So those little boo-boos on those pingies are, that's what this is all about. This is the assault with a deadly weapon that ASAP Relly, whose government name is Terell Ephron, he wanted to sue ASAP Rocky for $30 million, Heather. And so he went to attorneys, civil attorneys, who are in fact you might recognize them from the Depp v. Heard litigation, Camille Vasquez and Ben Chu. And they said to him, sir, you're going to need to get some sort of criminal conviction for that civil suit to hold any water. So he did. So this shooting incident occurred alleged shooting incident occurred on the 6th of November 2021, I believe, in downtown LA. And that doesn't look a lot like gunshot wounds, does it? And there is a little tiny graze on the ring finger there in the just out of shot, sort of. Those two knuckles are what he's hoping to get what could, if Rocky is found guilty of this, up to 24 years in prison for this assault with a deadly weapon. Let's call it 12 mil for each knuckle there, and we'll give the other little knuckle here a 6 mil price tag. Right? Yikes! It's a farce, Heather. It's a farce. We've been watching this for 3 weekends, and it's getting a little tedious because the sound is bad. But we're on the end. We're at the end. The jury reconvenes on Tuesday, your time, to deliberate.
That fake gun is Rocky's best proof that he didn't shoot at Relly with a real gun. But for some reason, Rocky tells Lou to get rid of it. And Lou does. How does Lou do that? He flies back to New York on a private jet, and he just gives it back to the co-director of the music video where Rocky got it after.
Holly, stamp. I mean, stop. Stop.
A real gun at that mind controlling.
Exactly.
All that Lou has to do is go back to the co-director of the music video and ask him for the gun back. But unfortunately for Rocky, that gun's been misplaced. And Lou isn't going to follow up at all. He's to decide one call's enough. That's it. Even though Lou and 12 love Rocky like they're brothers. For some reason, they're going to decide not to tell the police that Rocky's innocent. They're going to wait until Rocky goes to trial, and at the very last minute, they're going to tell the jurors that it was a fake gun, because obviously that's the
much better.
Wait for
So
your brother,
bright.
charges hanging over his head. Wait for your brother to go to trial and spring on the last minute. Ladies and gentlemen, if that story sounded like it was not just unreasonable, but literally impossible, that is the defense story in this case. When I started, I told you that there's one key issue we need to decide. Was it a prop gun or a real gun? The overwhelming evidence in this case was that it was a real gun. The defendant provoked that conversation with Mr. Ephron.
I'm not so sure about that.
He was clearly upset with Mr. Ephron prior to that meeting. When they met, the defendant was clearly angry. He pulls a gun, which Mr. Ephron and Ills immediately respond to by backing away. That's consistent with a real gun.
Nick,
Inconsistent with everyone.
wait.
When they reach the corner of Vista Del Mar and Selma,
Men or women? Or both? Because, it's
It's not a deal breaker, but I'd like to know. Thank you.
the defendant pulls that gun for a second time. Immediately, he's making aggressive moves with the gun.
best
Taking
soundbite
actions
ever.
towards Mr. Ephron. That's consistent with a real gun, inconsistent with a fake gun. Mr. Ephron immediately dives behind Ills, uses him as a human shield, while the defendant's making active, furtive
I thought I was going to have to lay hands or cut a
line of sight
bitch,
around
Nick.
Ills. That's only consistent with a real gun and inconsistent, completely inconsistent with this gun being fake. The defendant fires off 2 rounds or loud set-off car alarms. 12 retreats behind a wall. That's only consistent with a real firearm, completely inconsistent with a fake gun. After the shooting, the defendant gets rid of the gun. That's undisputed. That's completely inconsistent with that gun being fake. The defendant still has that Glock 43 magazine in his bedroom closet, on top of ammunition for the other real guns. Again, that magazine, consistent with the type of firearm that fired those 2 cartridge cases that are found at the scene. Those real cartridge cases, that real ammunition. That gun, the Glock 43, only fires 9mm. None of the other guns in the defendant's house fire 9mm. He has nothing else in his possession that that magazine would go to. It's completely consistent with him getting rid of the Glock 43 after the shooting, because that's the real gun that was used in this case.
Oh, that's concerning.
Clear,
Rest isn't.
definitive proof the defendant fired a real gun that night. The last point I'll leave you with, on the other side, there's literally no evidence of a prop gun. No evidence that it ever existed. The actual prop gun has never been produced. Definitely not to you. There's no prop ammunition found in his house.
Interesting.
The rationale, this whole security thing for carrying a prop gun, defies common sense, defies logic, totally unreasonable. The rationale for pulling that prop gun on a man who knows it's a prop gun, completely unreasonable.
The alleged victim is named Terell, Terell Ephron. So I think that's why ASAP Relly is same as ASAP Rocky's name is Rakim Mayers. So Rocky. Cool, huh? Look at us jive talking. Sorry, cultural appropriation. Yikes.
There's no prop ammunition found at the scene. There's literally not one piece of paper, not one shred of documentation that could prove to you the existence of this gun. And again, all the actions of the people that you see on that video, completely consistent with a real gun being fired, completely inconsistent with this being property. So left with that, clear evidence that the defendant used a real gun, and a complete lack of evidence that he used a prop gun. Your job, as I started in my opening statement, as I started here, is simple. Simple. The evidence compels you to your decision, and it compels you to find him guilty. That is the only just verdict in this case. Thank you.
All right, folks, we're going to take the break now, but it's going to be shorter than usual. 1:15, please be outside the courtroom doors at 1:15, at which time we will resume. Again, please don't step.
So that. What's the time? We got time. It's back today. Of course it is. Flex back. Want to listen to a song? Chat? Joey's hard work, and then I put them into alphabetical order just before Joey went in to put them all in alphabetical order. So here, wait till I've read them all in alphabetical order. Bookends, chapters, Discord Inferno, distance between you and me, do unto others, don't hate the player. Fake, that's a good one. We might play that one, I think. Unfuckwithable. Girl code, another good one. Hard no. They're all good. What am I saying? Hubris, who dis? Hurt people, hurting people. I ain't playing. Kintsugi love. We played that last night. Love is love. Music is not a weapon. That one cuts deep. Opalescence, beautiful. Swimming in the petty. Savage, played that one last night. Seasons change, cute. Shots fired, love. Sticks and stones, love. Thirsty, Joey loves. Dark triad, love. Pirate and the Gypsy, love, love, love. So underrated. It's on the website. Toxicity, Steph requested something a bit more upbeat yesterday when we had a power outage when Joey played Toxicity. Or Wrench Hose, chat. Does anything grab you there? Hard on. Bookends. Hard on. You want to hear Savage again? Oh, I played it yesterday. Do you want to see? Do you mean hard on or hard no? Hubris who dis? Oh, hi, what the fuck? How are your spoons? Have you replenished some? Do you know what? I'm going to play that for you. Bookends. Oh, Amber likes bookends too. How about we play Hubris who? Oh, well, we got. Oh, let's play bookends. No, let's play. Okay, wait. We'll play bookends and Hubris, not in back to back, not flex back. Oh, hold on. Yes, I get it. Here, wait. Let me choose one. What am I doing? We'll do bookends is quite beautiful, but also Hubris who this is funny. I feel like after that, let's do Hubris who this first. Enjoy.
Comes now, what you hiding? Comes now, what you got? Ooh. Black holes on your secret sliding, character is shot. Ooh. Sit right back, rest on your laurels, proof is in the pudding. Suddenly you all fire up, next you come out swinging. Clarity, blindness, kill 'em with kindness, build high, hard they fall. Hubris, who disintegrity, kiss a lunacy of it all. Darling of the internet, self-proclaiming cunt. Hedged your bets until you sheets, clothing, smiling, glowing, fake one like a mask. Calculated, saturated, sharpened for the task. Clarity, blindness, kill with kindness, build high, hard they fall. Hubris, rudeness, integrity, kiss the lunacy of it all. Accusations, all confessions, fingers pointed, thee ducking, weaving, heavy breathing, pure skullduggery. Clarity, blindness, kill with kindness, build high, hard they fall. Hubris, rudeness, integrity, kiss the lunacy of it all. Take a breath, take a bow, serenity now, what the fuck? Clarity, blindness, kill with kindness, build high, hard they fall. Hubris, rudeness, integrity, kiss the lunacy of it all. But are you okay? No, seriously, you good?
One's in the chat if you know who that song's about. Yikes. Hey, I'm going to play this one too because it's fun and it's short, and then we'll get into flex back.
Do not understand what this was all for. Ravage me, why? To settle a score that was never necessary. Putting some distance between you and me. Doesn't matter to you that my whole life is distorted. All that matters to you is that your lies are perpetuated. Like I'm supposed to just let this go when y'all fucked me over, yeah, no, hell no. Do not understand what this was all for. Ravage me, why? Settle a score that was never necessary. Putting some distance between you and me. Asserted simple boundaries. Decided instead you would come for me. Get the fuck out of here, not happy till it continues. Leave me be. Do not understand what this was all for. Ravage me, why? Settle a score that was never necessary. Putting some distance between you and me. Pieces of shit, how fucking dare you? Collectively, you had a big time goal to take me down, everything that I've worked for. It ain't that simple. No settling scores. Trigger, you make me sick. Reeling, don't suck my dick. Take it or fucking leave it. Trust me, I ain't got no quit. Do not understand what this was all for. Ravage me, why? Settle a score that was never ever necessary. Putting big distance between you and me. Guards out, we're done here. Dumpster fire, go away.
Oh my god, the scream out at the end. Yeah, Michelle. I've written another song. I haven't made it's amazing. It's so good. But I haven't uploaded yet. I'm gonna do the cover art. Anyway, sorry about the scream out at the end. So funny. Lol. And yes, Debbie, I will. She's made it. She's made it to the Shorty songs list. It's a select few that do. Here we
Case
go.
I've ever heard in my life.
Whoa.
I was
Louder.
on, you were busy earlier.
Turn your volume
and
down,
when
chat.
they took their morning break, I went on to answer a lot of the questions. I have, and we have a clip to play, and we have a lot of starred questions since then. Because
We'll watch a little bit of this.
I don't know
Joe
about you,
because we
but
love justice.
My comment kept being burden shifting. Burden shifting. Defense didn't prove to you. Defense didn't prove to you. Defense didn't prove to you. I mean, if we put that into AI, we could get a song.
It's just so desperate because, the case is weak, and what else do they have to play with? If Polly P had stuck to his original premise, which is, if you believe there is a real gun, it's game over. If you believe it's a real gun, it's game over. But the problem is, they don't have a gun. They don't have any projections.
Nick, my playlist is now 46 songs long. I think I wrote my first song about the 21st of November, December, January, February. So in 3 months, I've written 46 songs. I've written a few more. I've abandoned a couple. It just weren't good. Not many. Maybe 2, maybe 3. That includes, doesn't necessarily include, it includes the theme songs like Shorty New Year and stuff. It's probably a couple of albums. Next on our list, Joey, is Spotify.
Projectiles. They don't have any evidence of a real gun.
So wait.
And then they have this weird logic that suggests
I know I keep saying it, but this is, sorry, I'll move that. This is the beautiful and intelligent, smart and pretty Linda Kenny Barden. Fun fact, Linda is married to, or should I say, forensic pathologist Dr. Michael Barden is married to the ever gorgeous and amazing Linda Kenny Barden. Linda was on the defense team for Phil Spector. Yes, against Alan Jackson. Another fun fact. Michael Bryant. Both of them used to be on Court TV and Law and Crime. And Michael Bryant is also an attorney. Linda still practices. I don't know if Michael does. Amber, you might be able to confirm or deny that. And we love Justice Serve TV. Great folks, amazing commentary, and good people for happily letting me restream them. We get shout outs on Justice Served all the time, including reminding informing Chris Takapina, Joe Flexback's son, that Miss Shorty from Down Under and her shorties are very interested to know about his father's workout regime. Not thirsty at all. In fact, Linda sent Joe Takapina a clip of me talking about the thirst trap that is Joe Flex Takapina.
Pretty
cool.
Have followed after the defendant, knowing it was a real gun, thinking it was a real gun, thinking he had been shot at with a
and
real
Aaron
gun.
Hernandez.
That makes no sense to me. Why would he do that?
It makes no sense to me either. I'm really going to go after somebody who's shooting me with, and he says he knows guns, with a semi-automatic, 44 Glock or whatever it was. Was it 44? Yeah, they were saying it was a 44 Glock, right? And Relly is in some of the videos shooting a prop gun. I mean, because they all shared, there's this whole group, and
cool, huh?
That's the prop gun, but.
Yeah, Polly P is trying to make it sound like this is a major Hollywood production, these different videos. They're not. They're shoestring. They're just fly by night. These aren't Rihanna videos, all right?
Who's in the courtroom, by the way? With
yes, I hear that baby. Shut that damn baby up. I'm sorry.
Oh, stop.
Do you think in any other courtroom, if it wasn't Rihanna's baby, that there wouldn't have been a bailiff go over and say, you think it might be better if you take the little one outside? No doubt in my mind, but not for Riri. Anyway,
I mean, look, you have a right to have your family in the courtroom.
I'm just making a point.
Yeah,
if it ain't Riri's baby, they're kicking that baby out.
I have always had the family in the courtroom. All the
babies.
Cases. I think it's very, very helpful.
You have babies in there?
Well, it was like a 4-year-old, 3-year-old.
No, it's not a baby. It's not a baby.
That's not a baby?
No, it's not a baby.
Well, your idea of babies.
Baby would be like 2 or younger.
Hers aren't like, our viewers know how old.
Heather, do you mean the Incredible Hulk? Is that who Joe Takapina looks like? Or are you talking about Michael Bryant? I think he looks like Walter White, but with more hair and with some Just for Men in there. Beautiful, sharp color. I've decided to stop with the Just for Men in my hair and am embracing the silver fox of it all. We'll wait for a natural breaking point in the conversation, Nick, and then we'll find Joe. I know you're thirsty for him to get training tips, etc.
All they are, and one of them is definitely older than 2.
Well, that wouldn't be the one that was goo-gooing, gagaing, and making baby sounds. So let me hit a couple of my points that I'm making notes of as we continue through this. And I give Pauly P as much credit as I can give a prosecutor with a horrible case. I think he's measured. He got condescending and cynical and sarcastic at times.
Yes.
But I don't have a problem with that.
He did.
I don't have a problem with that because I can come off that way too. I don't have a problem with that. But, you know, when you run out of good facts after about the first 10 minutes, you know, then you're soft shoeing. Now you're dancing. You know, now it's song and dance time.
We were looping. You know, we teach in Harvard trial advocacy that you have to, in your last, when your witness answers a question, and then it's good for you, you loop that answer into your next question. There was a lot of what we call looping.
And if you just tuned in the second half, especially after that break, and I was able to come in and out, so I did see you doing a fine job juggling some questions.
Laura, if I could have the black hair with the grey, I'd be thrilled. We've had this discussion. Chat wants me to get a grey shadow root. So then underneath where my hair gets a lot of sun, because my hair's up in a ponytail and I turn my back to the sun as much as I can at work, even with my hard hat on, all the underneath of my hair is blonde as blonde as blonde. Up the top, it's kind of mousy because it doesn't really see any sun, because I come in here and live stream in the dark, cavernous internal cave that is my home. And at work, I have my hard hat on, but my hair goes very blonde. But if I could have black with grey per Joey, you'll like this callback, per what's her name? The female character in The Stand, whose hair goes a shock of white overnight almost. I'd love that. But yes, I'm just lazy. I can't be fucked to color it anymore.
I think from that second half, you'd think, I'm sorry, is this the defense case?
Yes.
Because I'm not quite sure, because everything they're hitting on suggests that here's what the defense should have done, will tell you.
That's what Holly said. Is this a defense, right?
Wasn't able to prove, and as you suggest, burden shifting. It's just so obvious, because if I'm trying to prove there's a real gun, I've given this jury that simple job. That's all you have to do, jury members. Just believe there's a real gun. And now here's my overwhelming evidence. We have the gun. We have ballistics. We have the projectiles. We have a chain of custody of the gun. We have it in the hand of the defendant. Oh, wait, I don't have any of that. I got none of that. So what do I got? Well, what do I have? I have a request of you, jury members, to just fill in a few holes. Just a few holes here that puts a real gun in the hands of the defendant here. That's all you have to do. It's a very simple case. So one of the things he pointed out, which I thought was interesting, was the reference to Relly and his reaction to a gun being pulled. Okay. And allegedly Relly knows it's a prop gun. That's the original premise here. Well, tell me if this isn't reasonable.
New York or
Relly
New
knows
Jersey,
that at
Nick?
times he has carried a prop gun, right? But on that particular night, maybe he is, maybe he isn't.
She lives in New York
now. Is
now.
his initial reaction to feel like he's being attacked unreasonable, and then realizing it's a prop gun because guess what? Nothing got hit. There's no ricochet off a building, and he says, "Oh, this is a prop gun." That's why he then follows these guys. So even if his initial thought was this could be a gun, because I'm unclear whether he always has the prop gun or occasionally he has a prop gun. Well,
thank you, Michael, because I was getting a little worried with that stuff in the prosecution's, the last bit where he was talking about there's no record of a prop gun, yada, yada. I'm like, this is concerning. But Michael, the voice of reason, thank you.
Well, now the gun goes off and there's no evidence it's a real gun. That's why he's going to follow after the defendant and the rest of the boys. You don't do that if you think it's a real gun. You just don't.
Yeah. Now, we have pulled that. I don't know if you had time to pull in your assets. It's in your
I got
folder.
something here. I got something.
There was a lot of questions this morning about where did Relly talk about self-defense, because that's the other issue that was brought up. Remember the judge? We left the judge yesterday. Yeah, as the world turns.
Am I right? I think it was in that phone call to Wally.
When we left the court yesterday, the judge had ordered the cameras to be turned off as he started his jury charges. But the cameras weren't as quick as the judge. And so the cameras caught the judge saying, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I am going to charge you about self-defense.
Agree.
You're going to hear, and I'm going to tell you why. Cameras off. So we know there is a self-defense charge, and we know the judge charged them why. So one of the it was a number of questions. Where was it in the tape, or was it in tape that really mentioned self-defense? So we have that clip because
We do. I believe I have it here. Let's see if I have it.
Let's play it, and then we'll go to-
out my living space.
Told ya. Yes.
He told me to stop ducking him. He played that it's quote premeditated, bro. You see what I'm saying? He didn't give me a chance. He told me I'm coming to a gun battle. I came to meet him to see what the fuck the status was about. He pulls out. He tries to chest bump me. He tries to chest bump me and then pull out a gun for self-defense. He's a pussy boy.
He tried to test on me and pulled out a gun for self-defense.
Boom. Okay. Thank you, Michael and Linda. Voices of reason. Let's go on to Flexi McFlex and the Sex Back Gang. But if you'd like to watch more of their commentary, Justice Serve TV. This was, as you can see at the top, Justice Serve TV Live ASAP Rocky Trial Day 12, closing arguments with Linda Kenny Barden and Michael Bryant. From about what 3? You can find it. That. Dizzy or Missy may well have clipped it also. They often clip the commentary stuff in the middle and make shorter videos out of them, which is cool. Cool. There's Flexi. Okay, ladies. Turn the fans on. Get a drink of water. Mist yourself down. And forward. Oh! Sorry, Judge. And we'll press play because that's how it goes.
Yes, Jared? Yes. Floor is yours. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
There's your friend Mophead,
Rakim
Nick.
Mayers now has, and he's afforded an opportunity to argue the case, if you will. I'm not going to argue to you, ladies and gentlemen. What I'm going to do is try and discuss reasonable inferences that we believe can be drawn from the evidence. What I'm going to do is something a little different. I'm going to cede the floor to the transcripts in this case, the testimony. So it's not in dispute, what I'm going to say. Ultimately, what will determine the facts and what's going to be important is you. And we can all live with that. You're empowered to do justice here. This is the great system of ours that works. And I'd like to, first and foremost, I'd like to commend and compliment Mr. Preslomit on what I thought was a fine argument. I don't agree with much of anything he had to say, but I did listen intently, and I hope you'll do the same with me. There's a few things on what he said, though, I do have to just address immediately. And during his argument, because I didn't object doesn't mean I agreed. I didn't object once. I thought there were some misstatements of facts. I'll deal with that. But I'm not afraid of anything that was said or anything he had to say.
Also, I'd go so far as to suggest that Joe Tacopina has respect for decorum and understands that it's not cool to make objections during opening or closing of the other side, unless it's something particularly egregious or outrageous or improper. Remember that, because by all accounts, there are some substantial number of objections from the Lewin, the whiner.
I didn't want to interrupt you. I didn't want to object. I wanted you to hear where the arguments are. Let's see if they give me that same courtesy. He did, during his 2+ hour first summation, because they get 2 summations, you'll hear about that later.
I'll do it, Amber. I got my trusty
Once
I have questions pen.
That their only witness in this case committed perjury.
My oh dear
again
notepad,
and again and again
because I'm an adult.
in this court. That wasn't mentioned once, not even dealt with. That's an important issue in this case, as you can see, because the case does rise and fall in its credibility, without question, without question. Detective Flores, their case detective, testified, and we'll put up his testimony in a bit, that without really the two videos and the sounds, there's no evidence of a shooting. Could be, could not be. That's certainly not proof beyond a reasonable doubt. So Relly's testimony is in fact.
Drop my important piece of paper.
Everything.
God damn it.
And Mr. Presolnik seemed very worried about what I'm going to say about Mr. Ephron and his credibility. He understands that that case rises and falls. And he spent a lot of time anticipating what I'm going to say about it. One thing he said I would do, but I promise you I won't, is I'm not going to go through every inconsistency of Mr. Ephron.
I'm ready.
Christmas. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go through the major lies he told.
Dizzy!
Perjury,
Hi, Dizzy.
the important facts that he told you that turned out to be.
Dizzy, we just watched a little bit of the midway or the commentary that Linda and Michael gave between the end of Paulie P's odd little summation and now Joe. I want to say sex back, and then I want to say flex back, and then I go back to being respectful and say Joe Tacopina. His closing arguments. The reason we're streaming you guys instead of Court TV Raw, twofold really. Oh, I couldn't find it on Court TV because I'm a professional, Dizzy. But also because we love promoting you guys. I guess it's threefold. And also, wonder of wonders, with your stream, I have sound in both ears, whereas the Court TV one is in mono. So it's win-win-win. We love you, Dizzy, and your the amazing channel you produce and moderate for. We love Linda and Michael too. Carry on.
Lies.
And we're doing a scorecard of the objections.
Told about some statement he made 2 years ago or 3 years ago. We would be here literally for days on end, and I'm not going to do that. Mr. Presolnik said there's no evidence of a profit in this case. Yeah, we'll get to all this. There's definitely a lot less evidence of a real gun in this case than a profit. The facts scream out that it's impossible. What do you have?
I've got yogurt.
The DA spent much of that argument, 2 hours and 15 minutes or so, repeating himself, repeating the same arguments again and again, sometimes in sarcastic tone, because the evidence isn't there. Look, together, hopefully, these discussions that we're going to have, we're going to be helpful in trying to arrive at a decision in this case, where you don't compromise, where you don't do violence to your conscience, where you do the right thing. And you're the ones who are empowered to determine what, in fact, is the right thing. It's you. Let me ask you a question.
Make sure you subscribe to Justice Serve TV.
Have you ever sit there and take it, watch proceedings or watch how it played out and wait, knowing that you're innocent, knowing that you can do it? All you can do during such a process is maintain your dignity. Isn't that right? All you can do is maintain your dignity.
Isn't that right?
Knowing that you're innocent, but maintaining your dignity and remembering always that you're left in a crisis because you're contradictory. That's another reason why I am so proud to represent Rakim.
No, I love that.
He was maintaining his innocence from day one, 3.5+ years ago. Who's conduct himself with dignity throughout these proceedings from day one. I started off telling you about this case was all about my first line out of the bat in the opening statement. It seems like a year and a half ago. Was that this case was about Relly's jealousy, lies, and greed. I said that you'd see the kind of person he was in this courtroom, an angry, pathological liar. That he, and he alone, is the source of all the evidence that they are relying on. And this case would rise and fall on his credibility. You take him out of the picture, there is no case. And as I promised, Relly showed you who he truly was when it came time for cross-examination. He's a man who told you without hesitation, I can tell people whatever I want. He said that.
Holly, it's a jury trial. The jury is over to the left of our screen.
I was right out of the box, first one. Fine, please.
Over here. You understand left and right, so I probably didn't need to demonstrate that, but okay.
You want the audio visual? Please. Alex, oh, Mark, this.
I'm gonna, I don't wanna.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We have an audio visual person in the court. We'll have him come up and see. Go ahead.
Well,
Sure.
Oh my God, have they not worked out the audio visual yet
okay.
after 84 years of trial?
What you may see one day, after Mark comes up to save us once again, is him literally saying to you, I can tell people whatever I want. He's their witness, who you're being asked to believe beyond a reasonable doubt. I can tell people whatever I want. He's a man who literally gave 4 different answers to one question. 4 answers, one question. He said, yes, no, I don't recall, I don't know, in one question. That was the first for me. I've been doing this for a bit.
Hi, Mandy. Good to see you.
That was the first for me. 4 answers, one question.
Hi, Buster. Good to see
no,
you too.
I don't recall. I don't know. He's a man who committed perjury before your eyes over and over again. A man who snapped, cursed, threw a water bottle while he was testifying. Cursed.
Wow. Yes, he did. It was
Threw a water
wild.
bottle out of anger while testifying in the light of court with the judge, with the jury, with these terrific sheriff's deputies and bailiffs. That's how you had here. Imagine what he's capable of in the dark of night. The evidence in this case has shown you that this case indeed rises on his credibility or falls on his credibility. And it is falling hard.
Chat, let's drop the flex back
Before we
emote in the
start, I
chat.
do want to thank you
Yes, flex back
for
emote.
for your commitment and sacrifice in this case. It's not been an easy case. It's been a long case. It's been odd that not one of you ever been late. I mean, another first for me. Been doing this for a while, both as a prosecutor and defense attorney. Not once have we been waiting for a juror.
There
So
they all
your
are.
commitment and
Flex back,
sacrifice is
y'all.
extraordinary, especially in a 4-week trial. So we both sides thank you for that. I know that. But this is what this is about. This is why we love what we do. That's why I love what I do.
Michelle's dropped a couple.
It's an opportunity to come before people who are from the community, who are the conscience of the community, but you are the conscience of this community. And when I say community, I mean you represent the community of Los Angeles.
Amber screenshotted that one for
Every
us,
part of the
Matilda.
community. Parts that are represented here and parts that aren't represented here. Compton, Englewood, you represent all parts of this community. You set the standards, you tell us what's right and what's wrong with your work. Use your common sense to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, your work goes far beyond these courtroom doors. The evidence isn't there in this case. It's
Not a
even
deal breaker,
close.
but I'd like
Again,
to know. Thank you.
Appreciate Mr. President's argument, but we're gonna accept the
Favorite soundbite.
Park
Ever.
Morelli's testimony. The prosecution, just his testimony, I'm not talking about his physical evidence. Apart from his testimony, the prosecution's evidence consists of videos, shell casings, and knuckle scrapes. And I don't know what else to call them but knuckle scrapes. I know
Yes.
they're always going to call them knuckle scrapes.
Pause. Just a reminder.
Bullet
Pause.
wounds? I mean, they're not-
They're not bullet wounds. It's silly. It's being foolish, to quote Sean on the golf. Foolish. These are not. I'm sorry. They're just not. That's brickwork or concrete, a footpath, a sidewalk, as you call it in the States. Am I right, chat? Wild. Hey, Vixie, good timing. Just in time for the knuckles. Oh, life artist. Yay, thanks for joining. She just wants to use the flex back emote. 100%. It's there for you now, girl. Check out all the fun emotes. Yeah. The Colin Albert of it all. Yikes. Back to it, Flexi. Sir. Oh my God, I almost forgot to share the tab. Professional.
They're knuckle scrapes.
They are knuckle scrapes. 100%.
Videos don't prove that case. They prove the
One
opposite.
quadrillion %. Ridiculous,
Love
right?
is the aggressor. In both videos, and we'll show you those, and we'll show you them slowly.
I'll write it down, Nick.
The shell casing is not. Sir.
Mark
Oh.
says it's set up right, but he needs to.
Yeah, I'll stop this. If you want to try it, let's try it. Thanks.
Go ahead. You need back here?
Don't forget that what we do when someone joins, we do the Hey Shorties one. Remember, I'm trying to train myself. Help a sister out. Drop them, chat. It's like the beer mugs in Publicly Buzzed. Or the mugs in Justice Served. Yes. Thank you, Candy. Okay. What are we doing here? Sorting out AV shit at the end of the trial. For fuck's sake. Do better. It's not very LA, is it?
Go ahead.
Oh, is.
Yes, no, I don't know. They want to, I don't know. Since so long, I tell people what about this. I don't get it, but no. Yes, no, I don't know. They want to, I don't know. Since so long, I tell people what about
And wait, chat. Matilda, you may not have seen this one, but we have the $30 million Band-Aids also. And we have an ASAP Rocky emote, which we probably won't need to use after this. So I'll be able to swap it out for something else. Thoughts? Chat? Wait. Oh, press play. Damn.
Anyway,
Yeah,
shell
sorry.
casings and the
Loud
knuckle
as.
scrapes mean absolutely nothing without believing Willie's story about them. They mean nothing without believing his story in whole about them. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about how the evidence or lack of evidence is shaped up in this case. Before we do, I want to make clear what Rocky is charged with. He's charged with 2 counts of assault with a semi-automatic weapon. One for the altercation by the parking garage on Argyle Avenue. The other for the altercation is Del Mar, that fuzzy video that we received. The DA said you only have to decide prop gun or not. That's it. That's all you have to decide. Very simple. Nothing else is in dispute. That is not true. That's not true. And the judge just told you this just the other day. He said, as a matter of fact, that's not what you just have to decide. It completely ignores the self-defense and defense of others law that the judge instructed you on. But they see what they want to see. They say what they want to say. They hide from you what they don't want you to see, which is why.
Oh, number one.
Which is
Number
why
one.
they cut off the end of the video on Visa Del Mar. And I'm going to show you what they cut off. They cut off after Rocky's gone. After 12 is already running away, they cut off the part where Willie goes back and gets Ills one more time. That he's only using for a human shield. They cut that part of the video off. We did. We'll show you. The judge will instruct you. Each of those charges requires the prosecution to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. Another term I didn't hear much. 2 hours plus summation of this result. Beyond a reasonable doubt that Rocky possessed a real operable semi-automatic firearm and that Rocky did not act in self-defense or defense of another. Beyond a reasonable doubt. And the evidence shows that they're not even close in this case, guys. Not even close. I'm here to gain respect for the undeniable fact that even now, as we sit here, Rakim Mayers is presumed innocent. He's presumed innocent as we sit here now. I'm here to point out the numerous reasonable doubts that lurk in the evidence in this case. Because folks, please remember this, the judge will tell you, He did already have some charges. All you need is one. All you need is one. I submit to you, there are hundreds of reasonable doubts. Hundreds. You just need one. And the case is over. We have this idea of a reasonable doubt. It's not what we do in our daily lives on the street when talking to our friends or analyzing whether our kids have been truthful or friends have been truthful. But it's something that's really important in this setting, in the courtroom, because it seems as a country that it has served us very, very well. People who founded this country were no strangers to controversy, and certainly no strangers to social danger, have created some of it themselves even. They knew that the surest and best way to guarantee the liberty of citizens was to make sure that if the government brought charges against one of its citizens, they had to prove. And if there was a doubt based on reason, there was a reasonable doubt, there had to be an acquittal. Had to be. What a reasonable doubt isn't, the judge says to you in the beginning, like, again, 4 weeks ago, whenever that was.
84 years it was, Joe.
It isn't, he may have committed the crime. It isn't, he probably committed the crime. It is, I'm almost certain he committed the crime. That doesn't carry it. I have no reason to doubt he committed the crime. What was proven beyond reasonable doubt in this case? Terell Ephron is a compulsive liar and perjurer. That was proven beyond reasonable doubt. He lies without remorse. Folks, he even bragged to you about committing perjury.
Or this one
He
here.
literally did. And you're going to see it. As long as Martin
I can
is
find it.
Marcus
So
goes
many.
by,
Shawty swing
you're
left.
going to see him literally
Wait,
brag
too loud.
about committing perjury.
Sorry, Pooncy. Sorry, E-balls.
Talk about that again. But the prosecution told you just now, Mr. Rosalman said, that the defense story is impossible. They have to prove that beyond a reasonable doubt. You can't just say it. They have to prove that beyond a reasonable doubt. They have not met their burden here, not even close, because they can't. It's a very heavy burden, and they've not come close. That's why they resort to making excuses, playing games, relying on possibilities, which is really funny, because you were all here for jury selection, because you wouldn't be here if you weren't here for jury selection. See how smart I am? You were all here when Mr. Lewin in jury selection said.
Pause. Sorry, Joe. Mr.
Well-
Takapina. Amber knows that answer. You have to open it in Chrome or Google. Heather's going to help you. Yes, iPhone. iPhone is problematic. Chat. Something, Amber knows something. Something about opening the link in your browser instead. It is possible, but YouTube makes it tricky to join when you're on an iPhone. Motherfuckers. Yes. Thank you, Heather. iPhone has to go through the website. That what she said. Yes.
They'll never ask you to look at what's possible in this.
Wow, that's
case.
loud. Yikes.
Sometimes, like the closing remark.
Thank you, Amber.
We'll never ask you to look at what's possible. Yet, as we walk through the evidence together, you'll see all the possibilities they presented. Starting with that first witness out of the gate. Right at the jury selection. Boom! First witness, Zizzo, right out of the gate. Is it possible he missed the shot? You have to say, you never say anything about the word possible.
So good.
You won't be asked what's possible in this case. First witness out of the box, Officer Zizzo was asked, is it possible you missed the shot?
You got this, Sav. Then come and put your feet up.
Possible is not proof beyond reasonable doubt. Nor are excuses.
No.
Why were there no fingerprints on those shell casings?
Yes.
That
Why?
they claimed to have found that night? Remember what Pick Floor said about that? Excuses. Well, if it rained, if there was water, if there were cars, if there was wind.
Yes. Love that. We're body doubling with you, Sav.
We'll go
Love.
back. We'll
Wait,
look
while
through the
I think
evidence
of it.
together, and you'll see that their excuses for not having proof really start stacking up. And in face of only possibilities and excuses, they resorted to playing games in an effort to win at all costs. At all costs. And It's not about justice for the state. It's not winning. Plain and simple. It shouldn't be.
There's another one.
And they play games in this case that should offend.
2.
I'm not just saying it. I'm going to take you through. Not showing you evidence, embracing perjury of this relic.
Pausing for a moment. I'm going to drop the link to Sav's channel, Faction Footprint. Very interesting. Please go and watch her intro video. I can't wait for Sav to start creating, uploading her content. Rising seas lift all ships. So here's the link. Everyone go and hit subscribe and wait with bated breath for more, because it looks like it's right up our alley, shorties. I think we might have to have Sav come on the channel too and have a chat, because yes. Anyway, carry on, Joe. Sorry, sir, for interrupting you, Mr. Flexback. Takapina.
Trying to deceive you. Remember something I said to you in the opening? I said we're here to make promises both sides, but not like politicians' promises. You know, the thing where we promise you the moon.
This one.
You vote based on our promises, and you see if we fulfill them. Here, we make promises in that opening statement. You get to see if we fulfill them, then you vote.
Thank you, Vixie.
Let's see what they promised compared to what we promised. They told you Rocky was the aggressor. His text messages show he was the aggressor. Got deleted text messages. We'll get to that.
My people can talk to your people,
They told
Sav.
you that Rocky shot Relly with a real gun. We told you that Relly was manufacturing the story, deleting and destroying evidence. He was trying to extort Rocky, which came through.
Are you?
That Relly was
No.
the real aggressor. Rocky was the problem.
Are you sure?
There are two hurdles that they have to overcome to get a conviction in this case. 2 hurdles. They cannot overcome them. One is that the object in Rocky's hand on November 6, 2021 was not a prop gun. Beyond the reasonable doubt. Second is that Rocky did not act in self-defense.
Yes, I love that you're painting, Amber.
Judge
Water
instructed you,
painting.
if the prosecution failed to prove the object in Rocky's hand was not a prop gun, beyond a reasonable doubt, the case is over. It's over. Beyond a reasonable doubt. You can stop there. It's over.
Hi, Kathy. Good to see
Judge
you.
also told you that
Yes.
regardless of what Rocky had in his hand, if you find that he acted in self-defense or in defense of 12-year-old ills, he's also not guilty. That's the law. It's not our argument.
Ollie. Wait.
They had the heavy, heavy burden of disproving self-defense or defense of another beyond a reasonable doubt. That's a burden.
I'll take any motherfucker's money if he giving it away.
Relly threatened Rocky. Relly threatened Schwelby. Relly repeatedly punched Gills and ragdolled Gills. I'm going to show you that again on the video. Slowly. You had it narrated to you, but you can see it on the video.
Thanks, Holly. And bye, Laura.
We do that and talk about it. Let's discuss
Have
why they
fun.
can't overcome that first hurdle. First, beyond a reasonable doubt, that the object in Rocky's hand
Lovely, Ahimsa.
was real, was not with a firearm, because they cannot.
Oh, I
Absolutely
love
cannot.
that. Yay. Hi, Kathy.
There is incontrovertible evidence and testimony in this case and other evidence that shows you the object that Rocky was possessing was a problem. Unimpeached. Not a real firearm. And they asked why. First of all, remember, there's no evidence in the record Rocky was licensed to carry in 2021. Wasn't. But 12 and Lou told you it wasn't a real gun. 2 people came in here, took an oath, and told you it was not a real gun. Lou Levin told you where it came from, that B&B music video. He identified it with Rocky and Rihanna from July 20.
Can you just say Rhiannon? I think
He
you
told
did.
you he
but
put a
okay.
foot drawer on it, essentially a belt clip. Put the piece onto a belt, make it easy to carry. And he extended the magazine with a clear magazine to make it look more intimidating.
What did I miss?
Glock he
What did
had,
I miss?
Top gun Glock, 26 short sticks in a pocket, really small. So this was meant as a
Thanks,
deterrent.
Joey. Ed.
This woman told you that Lou Levin couldn't name the security guy who advised Rocky to carry pop gun.
Kane
Never
making it rain.
And he didn't say security guy. He said Rocky's security team. testimony, you could, by the way, you always have the testimony read back to you at any point. If there's any dispute, I know you guys did crazy things, but if there's any dispute, you can always say, can we have that part read back of the testimony?
Yes, I
where
love
Mr. Lemon
readback.
Talked about the security people who advised on it, or whatever, hypothetically. So he never was asked, who, he didn't say a security guy. He said security team, and he just said he concurred. He wasn't pretending to be a security advisor that they mocked him. They didn't ask him that, yet they just tried to argue that to you.
Thank you, Heather.
Mr. Lemon also told you that the prop gun didn't serve its intended purpose on November 6th, obviously, 2021. And Rocky gave it back to him, and he gave it back to this co-director from the DMV video when he went to New York next. He didn't remember if it was December, January, or whatever. By the way, we didn't bring out a picture of the DMV video. They're the ones with the burden of proof here, folks. They have the burden. The DMV videos for all to see. It's out there. They could have, if they wanted to, subpoenaed it. They could have burned it in. Put it on YouTube. They didn't do that. They didn't want you to see that video. Lou Levin told
Heather, I
you,
sent
asked
Holly
the
that
co-director, said,
screenshot.
"Haji, where the
Holly, I
prop gun
sent you a
went?" And they
screenshot
called him back.
on the
After
Twitters.
5 months later, when Rocky was eventually charged and then sued. And Haji, this prop gun guy, the director, co-director, said he didn't know that. He explained he had a studio, a big studio in common with other directors of these videos and films and whatnot. And he said it was common space that had cameras, lighting equipment, prop equipment, and everything else
Proper
that was
equipment.
barred in exchange and whatnot between a bunch of people. That's uncontroverted testimony. And it was gone. The guy Haji couldn't find it. Don't think Lou didn't try. He did. The guy Haji said it was gone. And you heard the DA spoke. They told you. They told Lou. They spoke to Haji. They recorded it. They told you. And you know, if Haji said anything inconsistent with what Lou said, you're going to hear that thing.
Your Honor, we found out about it that day. It's improper.
are Your no Honor.
Speaking objections. There are no speaking objections. I told you that. You will have an opportunity.
Where's
Your
rewinding?
argument. Objection, improper argument.
Oh, that was great. I put that as 2 objections. Lordy Dordy, wait, let's hear that again.
Objection, improper Sustained. argument.
That is sustained. Don't do that.
Another one. That was
They
great.
recorded it. They told you.
We're up to
And
5.
you know, if Haji said anything inconsistent with what Lou said, you're going to hear
3,
that.
but now it's 5.
Your Honor,
Ever.
we found out about it that day. It's improper.
There
argument.
are no speaking objections. There are no speaking objections. I told you that. You will have an opportunity in your rebuttal argument.
Objection, improper argument.
Overruled.
Says it loud, people.
Objection, improper
Sustained.
argument.
That is sustained. Don't do that.
I want to hear that again.
Overruled. There are no speaking objections. I told you that. You will have an opportunity in your rebuttal argument.
Objection, improper argument.
Overruled.
It says it loud, people.
Objection, improper
Sorry,
argument.
government.
That is sustained.
I won't laugh. I won't laugh.
Objection, improper argument.
Overruled.
It says it loud, people. It's going to get sustained.
Objection, improper
Sustained.
argument.
That is sustained. Don't do that.
If you missed it, he says it. Objection, and he thinks if he says it loudly, it'll get sustained. Chef's kiss. That was so good. Oh, carry on, Joe. Lord.
Anyway,
Oh, so good.
you were heard.
Joe's face.
You know, they knew about Lou Levin, the prosecution, before this trial started. They knew before this trial started, he said that the prop gun came from a music video that Kurt was
Oh.
like, and they could
My
have
cheeks hurt.
prop houses, the music video, whatever else. They could have done it too. But they didn't say, oh, we didn't do it. Again, we had absolutely no burden to do anything. We did provide live witness testimony. We cross-examined people. It wasn't a surprise to them. They didn't want to look into it. They knew what they were going to find.
I'll
Well,
write it
you-
down,
Objection,
Matilda.
improper argument.
Another one. Wait, I talked over the top. Sorry.
Relly's, which I knew they were gonna buy. That's why you didn't hear anything.
That's a proper argument.
Relly's words and actions on November 6, 2021 show you it wasn't the real gun. His words and actions show you. All the prosecution's objective evidence in this case, everything that doesn't come from Relly shows you this was not a real gun. Common sense also shows you it was not a real gun. On that last point, the prosecution would have you believe that Rocky, you saw that video, shot a real gun at his friend Ills, who was right there. I mean, Ills was right there. According to them, he shot the gun, a real gun, at his friend Ills. That makes no sense. You saw the video. The second shot, Ills was right there. There's no way, even if that was a real gun, that Ills wasn't going to hit. That was real. There was no way. DA then said, well, you know, why? Why would he get rid of the prop gun? So we haven't explained that. I think we did. I think Lou Levin explained that pretty well, pretty clearly. Remember, they didn't know 5 months later the police would come. They weren't thinking, oh, we better save this in case, I don't know, next year at some point I get arrested. That was the furthest thing from Rocky's mind. They did know that it did not serve its intended purpose. They did know that. So that was the end of that. Rocky got rid of that prop gun that didn't work and instead beefed up his security. So now he had to have security all the time instead of just going to events, even when he was his friends on the street. Of course, he didn't know the police were going to be involved 5 months later. As for 12B and Lou Levin, you heard from each of them. And before we get into what they said, let's talk about the process. It's supposed to be about the search for the truth. That's what it's meant to be. It's not supposed to be about just trying to win. That's what it's not supposed to be about. Especially when you have the power of law enforcement behind you. You know, it's the prosecutor's job to make sure that innocent people go free also. And it makes sense that all the witnesses come to your attention. All the witnesses come to your attention, as we had to do in this case. You can see that responsible citizens came in here as witnesses were often treated roughly and ridiculed, attacked by Mr. Lewin, an obsession to win, attacked. You don't treat witnesses who came in here, don't get paid to tell the truth, have no financial motive, you don't treat them like that. Just purely and simply because they're not saying what you want them to say in your version of what the truth might be.
Exactly, Joe. Exactly.
Mark Twain very often once said, to a man with a hammer, everything looks like a nail. That came to life.
Heather, is it that one that goes, my money don't jingle it? You know that one that I now can't remember? It's a funny TikTok or something. Some posh boomer man saying, my money don't something, it's something. Okay, I probably should have thought that out before I press pause. Sorry, Joe. Not a deal breaker, but I'd like to know. Thanks.
Didn't even once mention to you all.
It's not a deal breaker, but I'd like to know.
Thank you guys many times. Call things fake that weren't fake. We lied to your faces.
It's not a deal breaker, but I'd like to know. Thank you.
This morning. They defended him despite his despicable acts.
That one. Thank you. Yes. See?
Them like they were serial killers. And I mean 12.
Thank you. Holly, yes, that.
They were the polar opposites of Relly in every way. How they conducted themselves, how they answered questions. They weren't argumentative. They weren't disrespectful. They were compliant and they were responsive to both sides. to both sides.
It was you, Nick. It was you.
Compare those human beings to what you saw the week
It was
before.
you.
It's not a deal breaker, but I'd like to know. Thank you.
They weren't belligerent. They didn't throw water bottles. They didn't curse. I mean, really, who couldn't answer any question straight, admitted to lying, and when he didn't admit to lying, got impeached with prior inconsistent statements. I'm not going to go through them all. You know, when you know the truth and when you tell the truth, you don't have to rehearse the truth.
Facts.
You don't have to get your memory refreshed.
Facts.
You don't have to be reminded of the truth when you know the truth and tell the truth. You don't have to be coached on the truth by the prosecutors. You don't have to have someone telling you how to answer questions like Relly was told in this case. You always get the truth right when you tell the truth. All witnesses answered every question without incident.
Hey, mods, can someone wait?
They were consistent.
Can someone please drop Vixie's with the exclamation point? I think it's just Vix, VIXX, with Mr. Stream Elements, Vixie's channel that we should all be subscribed to.
They didn't get tripped up once. There was not one inconsistency. So the response to that is, well, they were coached very well. I mean, they'd be damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, I guess. Because if they had been caught up and tripped up and been inconsistent, and
Did it work,
their
Joey?
truth was inconsistent,
Maybe it's just
well,
VIX.
then said liars. Or they weren't consistent. But because they were so consistent and they didn't get impeached, they couldn't lay low on them. Oh, they must have been coached. They were not coached, they were consistent.
There it is. Thanks, Joey. There's Vixie's channel.
They both told you, Luke and 12, both told you previously carried a problem for that 6-month period. Making me the victim of acts of violence.
Good for them. I'm
And Rocky
happy.
carried them on November 6, 2021. And that Rocky's
He goes, good for them. I'm happy. Wait, sorry, it's too good. We have to do the whole thing as well. It's the funniest
I
fucking
mean,
thing.
good for them. I'm happy. But I just want
I'm
to make
happy.
sure that I am still held in the highest esteem of the system. It's not a deal breaker, but I'd like to know. Thank you.
I get tears in my eyes every time I hear it.
friends knew he had friends.
Literally,
He
it's
didn't
so
announce it to the
funny.
world. Of course, that would be stupid to say, you know, put a social media post out, carry a drop gun, in case you want to
Yay!
for the only profit. No, he
Yay!
said, and 12, he said, it was immediate group of friends. The prosecution peppered 12 with questions about a summary of what he told us, the lawyers. As if that
Rising
summary
seas lift
contained
all
his
ships, right?
prior sworn testimony and prior recorded statements, but it didn't. That's why the judge said it was irrelevant to what 12 saw in that document.
That's the improper argument.
Get my pen out again.
That's why the judge said it's
At
irrelevant
7.
what 12 saw in that summary.
7 objections already.
That is the improper argument.
8.
Instead, the summary was simply something that lawyers have to provide as procedural discovery in this case. Look, when I hear this, they're going to try and pretend like we just came up with this prop in defense. Rocky has been saying that since day one. Here's the testimony of Detective Flores on this issue. Detective Flores was asked, was this something, when he was asked, because he was asked on direct about when did he first find out about the property defense? And he said, there were no deposition criminal cases for the question before. Then I said, all right. So basically, what you were being asked when we're talking about that, you just found out about this property. What you're being asked are questions related to discovery disclosure in a criminal case, correct? And he said, yes. So Detective Flores, who's very honest, and I think tried to do the job here, told you what that was about. See, if you just listen to the direct in this case, it would sound like only 2 weeks ago, oh, there was a prop claim. It's been since day one for Rocky. Discovery in a criminal case is what he was being asked about. I mean, you also heard that it was revealed before jury selection, the day, I think, for juries.
Nick.
No, sorry, they for opening statements that we got.
I mean, you say sub and subbed. I like Aldi cheese. I think we're even. Sure, surely. Like, I mean, obviously, Nick. Oh fuck.
It's not a deal breaker, but I'd like to know. Thank you.
Ballistics report.
So versatile.
That was done over a year before. Day before opening statement, that you guys were a panel.
Princey, you forgot to bring cheese.
Crying and
No.
screaming. A year after they did it, Detective Flores said, we got it after you guys were back in 2025. Detective Zizzo, Sergeant Zizzo, now former police officer Zizzo, said on the witness stand, we may have missed it. We didn't search the whole street. I said, really? Looking at his report, like, when did you say that for the first time? He said, today, this morning. Okay. Saying, oh, they just came up with it. This is real life. This is a trial. This is what happens. Sometimes witnesses remember things later, sometimes they don't. But I'm not accusing anyone of perjuring themselves like police officers did so. Because
Tomorrow,
just
Princey,
remember
I've heard,
that
as in tomorrow in the closing arguments.
I mean, sort of odd. 5 years after that, he remembers they may have missed it.
Yo, Kraken, good to see you. Sup?
Look, more importantly, as Shelby told you, what he testified to here in this courtroom is what he told us previously and what he saw that night. Period. He was consistent, he was credible, unlike Relly, who actually
We'll get to it,
contradicted his
Princey.
own reported statements, and unlike Relly, who actually contradicted his prior sworn testimony over and over again.
Just.
He committed perjury, he bragged about committed perjury. And the fact that the prosecution tried to make you believe that his summary was Trump's actual statement when it wasn't.
That was sus.
It's a game.
Oh, Rita.
It's another
Hi.
example of a game. Here's another one. The prosecution asked Chloe, how he knew it was a prop gun if he never spoke to Rocky about it.
Is your phone volume down?
That was completely misstating what Chloe said on the record testimony. Completely. Chloe didn't say he never spoke to Rocky about it. He said the opposite. He said they did speak about it prior to November 6, 2021, in September of 2021 in Harlem at that governor's ball thing. And
What are you doing?
he first saw it at the DMV video.
I mean, what are you
He
doing?
said they spoke about it.
Hi.
When he was ripped apart, you never spoke to Rocky about that, you said. He didn't say that.
Good idea, Heather. You've got all the fucking pro
Well,
tips
games
today.
they played with 12 people. You heard this one. You heard Detective Flores tell you that before 2 weeks ago, neither he nor any member of law enforcement ever tried to reach out to 12. 2025. This event happened in 2021. Before 2 weeks ago, before January of 2025, neither he, the lead detective in this case, or any member of law enforcement tried to reach out to 12. They knew who he was, obviously.
Obviously, he's 12-y.
But that
God.
still didn't prevent Mr. Moore
Oh.
from asking 12 if before those last 2 weeks, didn't you get a message from us? Didn't you get a message from us? No, Mr. Lynn, you didn't get a message from me. Detective Flores already cleared that up pretty clearly. He didn't get a message from you. They knew he didn't contact 12. They knew he didn't try to contact 12 before 2 weeks ago. But he asked him that question. Why don't you give a false impression that somehow 12 ignored a message? That somehow 12 ignored a message? I'm sorry.
Yes, Amber. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, there cannot be any disparaging, personal attacks.
So it's not personal.
Wait.
Okay.
Personal attack. I missed it. I googled.
But he asked him that question. Why don't you give a false impression that somehow 12 ignored a message? That somehow 12 ignored a message? I'm sorry.
Fuck yeah, Kraken. 50 characters. Got it.
So it's not personal.
Boom. Where is it?
Okay.
Do not debate with me
Sorry.
without a ruling. Objections is next.
Okay, well, you heard the testimony, so what happened? You figure out what it was all about, but 12 was asked
We're at 9 objections.
in the past. When Detective Flores lawyer said, no one left him a message. No one tried to reach him. I don't want to disparage anyone, but you just got to ask yourself, why was that question asked? If it didn't happen.
Yes, success. Hi, Rita. Oh, Kraken. Thank you so much. That's really kind of you. Amazing.
There's a constant theme in this trial. Here's another one.
Welcome new members.
About photos taken in
Oh, Joey.
Rocky's bedroom, which showed Rocky's registered firearms and not a prop gun there.
And Joey. Wait.
In April of 2022.
I'm going to give you warning, chat.
5 months after.
I'm going to play Joey's bumper. That's what she said. It's going to be a little loud. So if you're near your volume switch, in 3, 2, 1.
Count it 5, 10, yeah, 15, 20, 25, 30, yeah, get the money.
That was loud even in my earballs. Yikes. Oh, and Colours is here. Yay, the whole band's back together. Green rain, green rain. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Here. It's a gift of making it rain. I see Colours is in the chat, but I didn't see Colours because I'm too busy doing this YouTube shit. But hi, Colours. Good to see you.
After the incident on East Lamar.
Thank you, all those new members.
5 months later.
Everybody's green.
I think there was a problem that needs to be
Everybody's green.
problem way before that. And here's this also. Think about this. And why was there no prop gun in the house? You heard why Rocky, for that 5-6 month period, carried a prop gun on advice of security.
Colours, you're not even on Australian time. You're on some time.
Subject to episodes of violence against stalker, space and slash, home invasion. Okay, but he was subject to violence on the street. He can have a character. So
Nina got a membership. Awesome.
Had this thing to hopefully deter you.
There she is. Colours.
At home, you had licensed firearms. Now, because a prop is meant to deter would-be attackers, if they're already in his home, plus in his bedroom.
Wait, why is that buffering? Yikes. That was then. Justice Serve buffering. So Linda here says, Linda Kenny Budden of Justice Serve TV says, we are at 8 already. I gave an extra one for that super big outburst because I thought it was worthy of 2, where the judge was yelling. 5 sustained. I haven't been counting the sustained. But to my mind, yes, Linda's right. It's 8. I gave a bonus one because that was so funny. But that wasn't us buffering. I think that was the court feed.
And a prop gun would be useless there, obviously. Also, with the registered guns found in Rocky's house, I guess the floor is if they were legally registered to Rocky, and they objected. They objected to that question.
Excellent. I just wrote, oh, wait. Pause, objection sustained. Pause, objection sustained. I also have written, I don't know, Joey, would you call it a diss track? I guess. I've got a new song to release later when I've done the cover art for. But yes, look at us all with our creative juices flowing. While I think of it, do we have Rita in the Stream Elements, her channel? I'll grab it and drop it into chat. I don't think we've got it in Stream Elements. But Ms. Rita also a little bit of shade, right? Oh my God, you two get a room. Get a room, you two. I'll play this few colours because you haven't been here and everybody else has heard it 69 times, but we love it so much.
I mean, good for them. I'm happy. But I just want to make sure that I am still held in the highest esteem of the system. It's not a deal breaker, but I'd like to know. Thank you.
I'm happy.
Those, in fact, were registered to Rocky.
I'll grab your channel, Rita.
Others were registered to Lou. Legal. Everything in that house was legal and given back to Lou when he was there at the time of the search. They mocked Lou like he must have made that up. Not just Lou's magazine, the guns were legal too. They were, 2 of them were one of them, 2 was Rocky's.
So chat, I'm going to drop it in the chat. If you haven't already subscribed to Ms. Rita's, please do. Rising seas lift all ships. Here it comes.
It's clear that the weapons found in Rocky's home were legal. So there should be no dispute of that at all. search of the truth is what this should be about. I'm trying to win the title place. It's not a game. It's not a game. Certainly, you can't understand it. It's not a game. In fact, prosecution did absolutely nothing, gentlemen, to impeach the testimony.
Wait, chat's gone off the rails, and that's fine a little bit. Nick, motion or as your supreme leader, I command you to lol, it's a whole thing. To send us more voice notes so that we can clip them. Thanks. What would I say to that though? How would I enforce that? I'd say
It's not a deal breaker, but I'd like to know. Thank you.
Yeah, you got loud, you know, a little. But saying liar, pants on fire is not impeachment. You just move them off their story. Once they're consistent, they stay exactly consistent with their story the entire time because the truth is easy to remember. The truth is easy to tell. They were not impeached, not once. The fact of the matter is, by the way, it wasn't lack of trying. I mean, we yelled that they were raided. I mean, at one point, you know, both spoke a dialect from his upbringing, from the street where he's from. And he said this thing, and I personally, he's one of the nicest guys I've ever seen. He said this thing where he's like, "You feel me? You feel me?" That was just a matter of speed. But Mr. Lewin had to take that. Say, "No, I don't feel it. I don't really mean it."
And then Mr. Lewin proceeded to use some sort of he forbade something. He said, no, don't say that. You feel me? And then Lewin decided to use a very similar, like, white man kind of equivalent in his questioning. It was kind of wild to me.
I can't feel it.
Of Relly.
No,
Oh, another one.
no need to mock the witness who came in here. It was compliance and respect.
Yep. Facts.
No, they were grilled both 12 weeks, and they were grilled about many things, including the financial motives of being here.
You feel me?
Again, they don't contradict their testimony. I mean, Mr. Presnomic this morning spent a lot of time in their testimony, not about their misstatements or their inconsistencies or contradictions or their impeachments.
Did you see that? Even the closed captions couldn't understand what wait, fuck, I went too far back. He closed captions didn't know what his name was either. What did he call him? Fuck. Now I fucked it.
It was compliance and respect. No, they were grilled both 12 weeks, and they were grilled about many things, including the financial motives of being here. Again, they don't contradict their testimony. I mean, Mr. Presnomic this morning spent a lot.
See? That's why they call him Paulie P, because even closed captions has Mr. Fomic. Mr. Fomic is his new name, the prosecutor, Paulie P.
Time of their testimony, not about their misstatements or their inconsistencies or contradictions or their impeachments, but just repeated their testimony, but in a sarcastic voice. As if that makes it not true. That's not proof. That's definitely not proof beyond reasonable doubt. So anyway, the financial motive that they were both crushed on in their cross-examinations, Welby and Lou. Welby said zero. He went zero from him. For Rocky, nothing. He's got his own career, actually, pretty well. Lou said he makes a portion of his salary from Rocky, and he does. He loves Rocky. They both love Rocky. So no one's trying to pretend that here is unbiased.
Like Joey makes a portion of his salary from me.
But it's an interesting thing, though.
I pay him in love.
Concerned about his financial, both of their financial motives. Not once did the prosecution take issue with the fact that their own witness, Relly, was here because of his financial motivation. And
Boom.
only his financial motivation.
Boom.
A $30 million financial motivation. But they're asking Lou Levin, don't you get
Literally
20% of your salary from him? Or that poor IT guy who had to fly from Paris. You made $20,000 last year from him, huh? I mean, the guy's looking for $30 million.
Kraken I went in and did one of the tasks that I asked Joey to maybe do. I alphabetized the videos, the music videos, and I thought to myself, Kraken would be quite proud of me and pleased with me for easing or lessening Joey's burden because the income isn't great. So that yes, I pay him in more love, love and music, Kraken.
No stress. By the way, Relly got his 30 million that he wanted, that he said repeatedly. They have no witness in space, as you know. Because if you're on islands when relaxing, while they were searching for him. Instead, Relly wants to use law enforcement as a money collector.
Thanks.
He didn't care about
I did.
Say that many times.
Do you know what I did this morning? Wait, pause. Sorry,
Money.
Joe. I did do a lot of things this morning and yesterday. I got some shit done. Like, I got important stuff done. Matilda can attest. I did things. Joey can attest. I did things. I'm going to be an adult one day. I'm going to be an adult one day and a real YouTuber. We've got a website now, Kraken. Wait, Kraken, watch this. Hang on. You got to see this. It's pretty cool. So it's missshorty.com. And that's the homepage. Matilda did the design for it. She's very clever. Links to some of my YouTubesy stuff. Miss Shorty music. Some of them. I like this almost the best. Drop us a line, a contact me thing. Yet to be properly filled up, but meet the Shorty mod squad. Couldn't do it without him, y'all. Yet to be a shop, but we're working on it. We're going to have to do a link to 4Wall. Is that what it's called? I want to say 4Square, but that's not right. Something. So yay, missshorty.com. Check it out. Back to the trial. Yikes. Sorry, Joe. I'll try to let you speak, sir.
These guys go pound sand. They'll notify me he's going to be on an island. I told you how that process works.
Yes, I got a big monitor and a dongle.
That they just want you to ignore. They don't even mention that. It can't be and it shouldn't be. But it's why we're here in this court. It's why we're all here. What else should be ignored? Despite all the prosecution's efforts, despite the blistering questions posed to them, both Tully and Lululemon established
I think it's fourth wall.
incontrovertible facts. They're not controversial. They're not contested. That Rocky was known.
Thanks, Kraken.
By his friends.
Onwards and upwards, Kraken. We ain't got no quit.
The object in his hands on November 6, 2021 was a problem. Relly's own actions on November 6, 2021 confirmed that. 12 testified during the first altercation. Relly said something to the effect of, shoot that big ass gun.
I hate that word. It's terrible. I didn't know what it was. Joey had to tell me what a dongle was.
Relly said he didn't say that. So now you have to say who's more credible, more trustworthy, Relly or Relly. Essentially, you have the words of the two in that regard, in that one thing. And consistent with his knowledge that it was a fake gun, look what he did after the first altercation, which is impossible to get around.
Holly, I do recall you saying that. Supplier in the States for a merch. I'm a printer. All kinds of branded merch bullshit. I'll see whether Matilda and or Joey and me, I'll have my people talk to your people, Holly. I think we're going to go with a print on demand thing, but I guess there'll be some things which aren't print on demand. I'm not sure. But we'll chat offline. I remember you mentioned that, but it was in the thick of everything. So yeah, we're out of that thick now. Thank God, I think.
The first altercation by the parking lot where guns pulled on a real gun that he doesn't know is a fake gun. He continues to follow the guy who pulls a real gun and pointing him right to kill him. So think about that for a second. When you talk about a reasonable doubt or a doubt is something, think about that.
Amazing.
That was so odd. I mean, he said, yeah, the guy pulled out a gun on me. I thought it was a real gun. and he threatened to kill me. So after he walked away, I decided to follow him. I don't follow him, berating him as I'm following him.
Exactly. It's
Almost
stupid. It's ludicrous.
Well, Detective Flores, but anyway, Detective Flores told me what he thought about that. He testified. He said, that would be an odd thing for Logan to do. It's testimony from his trial.
Holly, you can contact me on my website in the contact us
On
section.
December 2021, you asked him why he didn't follow Mr. Mayers if he knew he had a gun. Right? The answer is yes.
I'm going to cry.
Question, because according to you, you told him that would seem to be an odd thing to do, right? Or odd thing to do, I said, right? And Detective Flores said yes. Of course, it's an odd thing to do. If you know.
What else? Was I talking? No,
Not
I
so
was.
much an odd thing to do if you think it's a fake gun or a pump gun.
Exactly,
And of
Joe.
course,
Exactly.
When Rutherford was questioned about why he would do that, about being an odd thing to do.
Good
his
God,
answer was,
Nick.
what Detective Flores.
Good God, Nick. Oh, look, he's doing a gun finger and a big hand. Joey. He does have big hands, big neck, big ears, big nose. I wonder if what the fuck will come out of Spoon hiding to comment on what else big he may have, our friend Joe Takapina. I guess holding all those big, heavy weights will make your hands bigger to hold big things.
Flores question about it. Really said, I don't know. That was his answer to Detective Flores early on when he questioned him. When you asked Mr. Ephron why did he continue to follow Mr. Mayers after seeing the gun, what he said was he didn't know why. So Detective Flores, and he said correct. Detective Flores questioned him about it, and the best Relly could do at that point he said,
I thought you might come out of hiding for that. Thank you, man.
I don't know.
Thirst traps in the chat.
He knew he couldn't tell the truth. That was a problem. He knew that. That alone.
Pierre's here.
That is
Hi,
reasonable
Pierre.
doubt.
Good to see you. Mwah.
That's it. Just need one. Just one.
That's the improper state of the line.
Oh, it's another one. Joe's not thrilled. He says
In
big
fact, the
hands
lack
or
of
not.
evidence further shows that this was a problem. And you heard that the police found absolutely no evidence of a shooting at the scene whatsoever. Officer Zizzo told you that there was no sign of a shooting, there was no blood, no bullet holes, no shell casings, no physical evidence at all.
Hi, Pops.
That's from the testimony at this trial from you, from Officer Zizzo, was recapped.
Puppy, what are you
No
doing?
blood, no bullet holes, no shell casings.
Puppy, you
No
stink.
physical evidence of a shooting was
No
recovered
offense.
at all. No, sir. So that was the guy who was there within 15 minutes. We heard from the body cam footage from one of the other responding officers, turned out to be Sergeant John Cook, Officer Zizzo said. Sergeant Cook said, there's going to be no evidence for now. We have no victims, no hits, no evidence. That's the sergeant body cam footage. That's Officer Zizzo's testimony.
Oh, it's fucking muted. Puppy.
Also captured on Sergeant Cook's body cam footage is him saying, as of now, or no victims as of now.
Flexi takes his jacket off on the following day. The next in words in the rebuttal, I think. He's apparently what the fuck told us he was wearing his light cream safari jacket. It's very defining of his features. We will get there. I will push the next stream back to whatever, because we've got a stream after this on why some women attract manipulators. And that's next weekend as well. It's a whole thing. I'm so excited. But and it's cool. But we'll get there. We're on 1.1 speed to try and get there, but Joe speaks very fast. It's like rapid fire, right? What the fuck? Sometimes he speaks slowly. But we'll get there.
It pops up in the hospital, probably just a warning shot. That's testimony from you all in this trial. Again, so no victims as of now, unless it pops up in the hospital, is probably just a one shot, right? That's what he said. Sergeant Sisso said to us. Well, Sergeant Cook was close. There's actually 2 warning shots from the prosecution.
Yes, same. You got it.
The prosecution.
Feeling better, girl?
Reasonable doubt, if not. On reasonable doubt. Not without really being totally believable. Not without really being totally believable. And he is not believable.
Yikes, ladies, yikes.
That's why, in addition to asking him about November 6th, 2021, which we spent some time doing, we spent so much time questioning him about his credibility. And I'm sorry he was on the witness stand for 5 days. The reason he was on the witness stand for 5 days, I was only 2 total days with him. But the reason he was here that long is he didn't answer questions. Like, questions had to be asked on cross anyway. 3, 4 times. The judge had to get involved. That's why he was here so long. But because without him, when you questioned his credibility, it's not because I was having fun speaking to him. I wasn't. But when you questioned his credibility, it's because his credibility is at issue. Because without him and his credible testimony, the prosecution has 0 evidence of a shooting. They even have to prove, they have 0 evidence to prove that it was an operable gun, let alone shoot. Consider that. What's the prosecution's evidence that the object in Rocky's hand
We can only
on
hope,
November
Prince.
6, 2021 was not rocket? What's their evidence? Relly's shell casings. Relly's knuckle scrapes. And the videos from parking garage at 1616 Vista Del Mar.
Relly's
and
knuckles
1600
scrapes.
Hollywood
I think they
Boulevard.
show them in his closing, so I won't
But
pull them up.
remember what Detective Flores said about those videos. First, he said, there's no evidence from 1616 Vista Del Mar of an actual gun being discharged. I asked him that question, and he said, correct. From that view by itself, no. Well, that's the only view we have of 1616 Vista Del Mar, that video. They're all there and so forth. Then, second, I said the only time you could see a gun in any video was the parking garage video. And in that one, you can't tell if it's operable, whether it's operable gun or real gun or not, right? Detective Flores? He was honest. You first cited the fact the gun was displayed, right? Which you already told this jury that gun that was displayed, the only time you could see a gun in any video was the parking garage video, correct? You already told the jury, by that video, you can't tell if it's operable, right? Correct. So if he can't tell it's operable, how are you supposed to do it?
He's scoffing.
Flores can't tell you it's
He's
operable.
scoffing now.
How are you supposed to tell it's operable? You have to believe Relly's story. All of it. And his credibility.
Yes, Nick. 100%.
Then, third, what else they have without Relly? Sounds, those 2 sounds. Okay? The gunshot sounds heard at the 6200 Hollywood Boulevard video could have been made by some kind of replica firearm, according to Detective Flores. He said, aside from a gun, I asked him, what else could make those sounds? An operable gun, I should say. And then he said, the sound I heard off the camera, I mean, a firearm, some kind of replica firearm. He also acknowledged that a replica firearm could also make that sound. A starter pistol could make that sound. That's Detective Flores. It's a case detective.
He was damning Frank Flores, Detective Frank Flores. His testimony, I
The
believe.
prosecution's case detective told you the sound that they relied on to prove that Rocky had an operable firearm that night.
No, starter pistols make a bang. That's how you know the
Beyond
race is
reasonable doubt.
started. God damn it.
Could have been made by a non-operable product. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's all you need right there. In other words, the videos in and of themselves don't prove that what Rocky had was an operable firearm. Beyond reasonable doubt. The case detective believes that. What else does the prosecution have to rely on? Relly's knuckle scrapes. But even they don't believe that's a gunshot wound. What they said in their opening statement about Relly's knuckle scrapes. Perhaps they were bullet grazed, perhaps they were not. Well, perhaps they were not. That's what they want you to accept, as proof beyond a reasonable doubt, have to or not. What else did they say when they're opening up those scrapes? Whether the victim or not the victim in this case was actually shot or injured by this will not be something that you will have to decide.
You're fucking kidding. I was fucking muted, you fuck. I was saying amazing things. There's always one, isn't there, chat? You know it. She gets a website and it all goes to shit or stays shit. Lol. Yes, muted. Thanks. There are no bullet wounds. What I was saying, really eloquently actually, however, CEG my previous comments about how when I say something, and then anyway, Heather, I was going to say, and I did say, but I'll say it again for those of you who couldn't hear me. Weird, not sure why. You're coming like the 13th juror, really, like not really hearing any of the witness testimony and just seeing that picture. Like, I'm sorry, that's not a gunshot wound. He didn't even go to the hospital, because why would you? Because just a couple of band-aids will fix it. Until a couple of days later, when he'd spoken to the civil attorneys, and them like, or no, I think it was the law enforcement said you probably better go to the hospital and get some treatment for that if you want to pursue criminal charges. So this all happened very quickly, right? Between the shooting incident and the pursuing a civil case, and then the criminal thing. But in a nutshell, maybe even a Joe Tuckapeen nutshell, which would be rather big, I think, but still a nutshell. Them there ain't bullet wounds. Nope.
Decided at the end of this case, they told you in open statements. Really?
Oh, Michael, good to see you. He actually went to the hospital in New York, not LA.
Don't
Wild.
believe.
Well,
Those
that's your
knuckles.
proper argument. Stay.
Objection. Sustained.
I've already read the jury instructions to you, and one of those jury instructions.
Can't believe you forgot
lists
cheese, Michael.
elements of what the assault with a semi-automatic pistol is. Each of those elements have to be proven beyond a reasonable doubt. What those elements are.
Wait, stop. Look what's
What an assault.
you're famous. What the fuck? I thought you said you were well behaved. What the fuck? It says, I'd like to see Joe for 4 hours. They put your comment on screen. What the fuck? Oh, I love it. On Just to Serve TV, Linda and Michael refer to what the fuck as motion to scream or even motion. That's where she's well behaved. Here in Camp Shorty, not so much. And I love it. There's some crossover there. What the fuck? That's awesome. I'd like to see Joe for 4 hours.
Assault with a semi-automatic pistol. That part's over.
But anyway, regarding the law, this is not about an element of the law.
Wholly neither. We've been struggling for 3 weeks.
That's what that argument was about. Now, for credibility, I mean, you have to. So whether it was a bullet or not, or a
Wrong
straight
stream,
bullet,
man. Wrong
does
stream.
It does matter. Of course, they don't want you to consider that.
You've been eating
Because
some water.
first,
What
whether Relly was truthful,
Some
about his
lube.
injury goes to his credibility. Credibility, not about the
It's
element.
still on the
Goes to
screen. What the
credibility,
fuck?
Whether he's truthful about the nature of the injuries.
Here, I'll put you on the screen at the same
Whether or
time.
not Relly was actually injured by a bullet is something important to consider in deciding whether Rocky had an operable firearm or a prop gun.
So,
Those are the two reasons. I just brought that up to you. Those are the two reasons.
it's still there hanging on the
You
screen.
do have to consider whether he was hit by a bullet or not, because he said he was. At first, anyway. Because obviously a prop gun can't cause that injury.
Don't be cold, colours.
So was that a gunshot wound? Of course not.
Of course
Of
not.
course that wasn't a gunshot wound. Even Relly couldn't tell you those scrapes were definitely from a bullet. At least at trial, he couldn't tell you. with this testimony when discussing whether he was grazed by a bullet.
Not even mad.
I guess whatever.
What the fuck? I want to say I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. But what I'm going to say is I'm not mad. I am so proud. You represented your shorty, what the fuck, with impeccable flying colors. Yes, colors flight. You did it. I love. Good work. Thank you for carrying that flag. Cross-stream flag.
Ever is left from the bullet or the floor or whatever. I don't know. I can't see. Okay. It's either what was left from the bullet or the floor.
Brit's back. In chat.
I guess it could have been the floor. I don't know. I can't see. It's not what he said in his lawsuit. The lawsuit he said he was shot. And he wants $30 million because he was shot. Now maybe it was the floor. I mean, does truth mean anything? Does an oath mean anything at all?
Nope.
He really doesn't believe what he said to you. He did it. I can do whatever I want, do whatever I want. That's that. And that's what they want you to accept. That's truth beyond belief about you. They always said it was in the floor.
Michelle, put it down in writing. Oh, Michelle. That's so good. That's so good. Wait, I'm just going to say this. And it's loud. I almost fell off my chair. If it didn't have a back, I would have.
Most of the floor. When he was punching Gil.
Ay.
It's on his left hand, or at least said he was right. But regardless, there's no bullet in the world that could have done that. I mean, think about it. It scrapes the top of one knuckle, does a bit of a dive to the second knuckle, does a real deep dive to that third knuckle, and then it swoops along. And that would be one heck of a magic bullet to do that. Just looking at those knuckle scrapes, no one has to be an expert in anything. No, they are not from a bullet. Come on, put them up or something, yeah.
Oh, there she is again. Oh, it's gone. The comment on the screen just before was Joe would look nice in a potato sack or out of one. I put that bit in. There they are, the knuckies, little knuckies. So that's the more healed photo a couple of days later.
There's no one with eyes and brain. Except the bullet.
Well.
Sorry, that's loud for Nick.
Now he said fourth floor.
Not for Nick. For Nick's funny stuff. Funny business.
I mean, he still wrote a lawsuit against Rakim, claiming he required necessary medical attention from that bullet.
$30 million injuries, Heather.
And it's, by the way, it's the same knuckles you saw in his boomerang Instagram video he posted.
His ouchies.
Back to her hands, which I think we showed to the group. Yeah.
No, not at all. There's no such thing here, man. Too funny.
Take care of. He first told the police that he treated scrapes by himself.
Ooh.
The day they occurred. That's what also answers the testimony.
What?
But
Not
then
even
days
from.
later, after traveling all the way back to New York, cross country, he first went to a hospital in New York for medical treatment. Here, he said, because he doesn't trust anything there in Los Angeles. Why did he go to the hospital in New York? Not because he required medical treatment for those.
Yes. Yes, Kraken.
Well,
Yes.
the detective on November 9th, 2021, told him during an interview that he needs to get treated because this is the type of case this is. This is before his testimony. Her statement, Detective Manfred, was that he needs to go to get medical treatment because of the type of case that this is. Correct? I believe that's correct. So a detective is telling him on November 9th, you need to go to a hospital get treated because of the type of case that this is.
Wild.
Nobody tells someone to go to the hospital because they need medical attention. Not the manufacturer of putting a case.
I'll have a drink too,
That
Joe.
is offensive. And it should be offensive to you because of the type of cases that you go to the hospital. Make it look like you require
We
a
didn't
hospital.
really ever care. I mean, sort of.
You know, it's bad enough that the prosecution may, I say only
Fair,
because
Michael. That's fair.
manufactured evidence.
I wouldn't expect anything else
Manufactured
from
hospitals.
anybody.
But he did just that with the shell casings, also manufactured evidence in this case. The only evidence they presented trying to satisfy Rocky had an operable firearm. I'm going to take you through this. It's not a stretch.
I mean, colours, hopefully it's a bit of work for Joe, not for what the fuck.
Multiple reasons of
Does sound like a long time, though.
You heard a lot about those shell casings in this case. What you didn't hear was what the police was at the police found. You didn't hear that because that didn't happen. The body cam footage introduced at the very beginning of this case, first witness.
Oh, God, here we go.
So
Careful
that
how you
police
answer this,
responded to
Michael.
that scene at 10:32, less than
Nick's a
15
cheese
minutes
snob.
after- 15 minutes after the incident. Officer Zillow told you there were 7 police officers there. You saw them on the body cam video. And you saw, Officer Zillow told you, 7 officers were searching the scene for any signs of a shooting with flashlights. Those big police searchlights. For how long? Detective told you, Detective Flores told you, about 20 minutes they were there for searching. That's 7 minutes, 7 officers times 20 minutes. That's 140 minutes of manpower right there. 7 officers for 20 minutes of trained police officers searching with flashlights for any signs of a shooting, including shell casings. They found nothing, absolutely nothing. You heard the stipulation at the end. The stipulation means we agree, the defense and the prosecution. At the end of the case, just before the judge's instructions the other day, it's Tuesday, right? It's the last day of Tuesday. The stipulation between us and the prosecution that a prop gun would also have ejected cartridges. But importantly, that stipulation makes clear that the shell casing covered in this case did not come from a prop gun. That's for sure. And of course, Lou explained that as well. That prop gun ejects blank cartridges. And bear this in mind, this is important. This part is important. The police came looking for evidence of a shooting. They were looking for those steel metal jackets, those shell casings. There was 0 evidence on this record. 0. I defy them to say, show anything on this record whatsoever regarding what those blank cartridges look like or how they were ejected from a prop gun. There was 0 evidence.
It's not a deal breaker, but I'd like to know. Thank you.
Oh, it does not.
I don't recall every word that has been stated by every witness during the entire trial. So I don't know if this states the evidence or not. If this is something that's important to you, then you can ask the court reporter to read back. Right?
Nick, do you want it to be look nice or
I'm
taste
saying the
nice?
evidence that gets to be less.
Words matter, sir.
I asked him. Show the
It's not a
evidence.
deal breaker, but I'd like to
What
know. Thank you.
the casing from a prop gun. Show the evidence of that to you. I don't
So,
want to state the evidence. So there, I lay that challenge down. Show the evidence. I don't want to say, show it. There was
Here,
no
you sit
evidence
and enjoy your
whatsoever regarding what
husband.
blank cartridges look
well,
like,
lie and enjoy your
or how they
husband.
were ejected from a prop gun. No evidence of what they would look like, okay? There's no evidence regarding what material those blank cartridges would have been made of. You heard about paper and plastic from Lou Leonard. Paper and plastic, or how far or in what direction they would have been ejected. There's no evidence of that.
Pause. Joey, yes. This is why we're besties. Yes. I don't know how warmed you mean, but brie, double brie that's not straight out of the fridge, that has come to room temperature, which in Australia is probably what you would call warmed. We're not talking baked brie, whatever you weirdo Americans do with baking brie. I'm not quite sure what that is. That sounds like a lot of work when you just want to eat the brie. I like cracked pepper water crackers. Delish. Cheese talk always. I mean, obviously the website probably should have a cheese tab. Food for thought.
At all from the prop gun. or whether they would have still been intact or not. You heard no evidence of that.
Yes. Same,
In
Joey.
other words, there's no evidence whether the blank cartridge from Rocky's prop gun would have been observable to the police as the shiny metallic shell casing from a real firearm. No evidence of that. And they had plenty of opportunity.
Yes.
They had a ballistics expert in here. He could have told you, oh no, blank cartridge shell casing looked exactly like non-shell casing.
So good. So good.
They didn't ask one question about that. They didn't ask Detective Flores one question about that. They asked our witness, Lou Levin, about it. Who's not an expert, but he knows enough. He gave an honest answer. He said, yes, they do, Jack. Talk about paper bullets in the front. Describe what the casings look like at all. Or how, if they were split or not split. Or were they shiny metal things that, like those 9mm shell casings. In any event,
Chat. Wait. Oh, there we go. We're almost done with this. We'll play music after this because then there's a break there. Yes. Okay. I miscalculated it. Amazing. Oh no, I didn't. That's just been an hour. Wow. Even with Flexi, it's a lot of listening to stuff that's of no real consequence because there was no shooting. Start thinking about what song you want. Chat.
No evidence of a shooting whatsoever. No bullet holes, no blood, no damage to any one of those cars, which would have almost been impossible. No damage to any one of those cars in the parking lot right there. And of course, no shell casings. This bears emphasis. The police found no shell casings whatsoever in 140 minutes worth of combined searching with searchlights. But really, want you to believe he found the
Never, Kraken. It's wild.
An hour and a half. Lies in the face of common sense. By reason.
Actually, pause and hold that thought. I just finished watching the Megan Boswell murder trial, where she, at the age of 18, murdered her 12-month, just 12-month, or almost 13-month-old baby girl, Evelyn, and by wrapping her little body very tightly in a blanket, then in foil, and then a blanket, and then put her upside down in a trash can. She got convicted on all 19 charges and is been sentenced to, it's been recommended that she's sentenced to life with parole. The jury in Tennessee recommended that, but the evidence collection in that case was impeccable. So good. Awful case. Beautiful processes.
Because the prosecution didn't try to get around that, could have stayed back in the case. They suggest that the police didn't know where to look. They actually asked, was it possible to use the shell cases?
Do you know what I was thinking about that though? Because I was listening, I only watched the sentencing. The verdict in the sentencing phase. I only watched that this morning. I knew what it was. I'd seen the notification on YouTube, but I hadn't got to it yet. I was thinking, you know what? If you had a prospect, even though it's 51 years away, so she's going to be 69, great number, but still 69 when she's eligible for parole. I feel like actually that's almost worse because if there's no eligibility for parole for a now 23-year-old human, you're like, okay, I'm here forever. And you can kind of, I don't know, I feel like I personally would find that easier to come to terms with than thinking, okay, I might get out of here, but it's in 51 years. I think that's actually more cruel in my opinion. And there'll be no one around to advocate for her release, but also probably no one around to advocate for her not being released. So do unto others fake, I ain't playing thirsty. We'll see. The landing of the readers and the red solo cups. I haven't listened to that one for ages. We'll keep going with Joe. We're not there yet, Chad. We're getting there.
As you sit here, can you say to a certain, that's their questioning their witness. Can you say to a certainty that there was not a fired cartridge case in that street on East answer. I can't say. I may have missed something. It's possible. Again, we've already discussed jury selection.
I would go so far as to hazard a guess that the age that Hunter was on the top end of schizoid affective disorder becoming apparent, or schizophrenia. I think probably he was already having a propensity for mental health issues, just a genetic propensity, and that quite possibly he might have resorted to drugs as a way of coping with the stress of being accused of being a baby killer, and continuing to, even in the chats, like I was watching it through, I'm sure you all were too, Grizzly True Crime. Love her so much. Sure. I think probably, and speculating, hugely speculating, totally no shade on turning to maybe drugs to cope with that kind of stress, and that if he had that propensity already, the predisposition to mental health issues, that perhaps that in combination with drug use, speculation, might have tipped his psychosis and schizoid sort of tendencies into the realm of, not just drug-induced schizophrenia, but full-blown. That's what I would suggest, speculating.
Selection, what you would be promised about everything that were here. They broke that promise on the very first witness. Possible is not proof beyond reasonable doubt, but neither is their exercise trying to excuse the officers possibly looking in the wrong place.
Oh my God, now I can't even think. Holly, the lyrics are... I'll check. I should know. I'll check. Wait. I can't think of it. My brain's blanked.
They actually told you in their opening statement that the officers didn't know exactly where to look. They said that to you in their opening statement. They didn't know exactly where to look. But the one problem with that excuse is there's a video. There's a video and body cam footage that showed the police in the location exactly where to look. Exactly.
Yes, I do. I remember. It says, he's got no game. He made us all cringe. And JJ Jen McCabe, well, she is clearly unhinged. Silly me. It's a great song. Love.
Okay, there's the goal. Right, jump up here on.
Psychopaths. Fellas, psychopaths will do anything.
Okay, so here's the officer searching. There's that orange wall I keep saying. This is where it will happen, right here. And they're searching right there with these flashlights. Now there's this person who Relly first swore was him. He swore was him at 11:09, and then said it wasn't him.
Joe, come on, let's speed this up.
Some news
Joe.
back here at 11:09, right across that orange wall.
Maybe if I didn't keep stopping
Anyway,
to talk
also know this
about unrelated shit.
And the Paco shot. We have a shot of
But then it wouldn't be Camp Shorty, would it?
where that was, where you have to do that. We'll do that later. But anyway, we remember the wall here, and we'll show it's near the corner.
I forgot. I pressed the wrong thing. Nick and I don't agree on the Carly Gregg thing, and that's okay. I think she was rightfully convicted, but that's what's cool about this community, is that we can agree to disagree, and that's okay, because everybody has a right to their opinion, and no one should ever try to convince anyone else of to enforce their own opinion on someone else. When that shit happens, people tend to fly the coop or come at you, right? Or both.
Corner of East
Just
Selma,
saying. Not Nico.
Selma,
Not Nick.
and this is where at one point you saw probably running
It's not a deal breaker, but I'd like to know.
right here, looking in the exact right spot. But we didn't know where to look. They just said, they had these videos. They're videos. So regardless of how far blank cartridges may eject or what they may look like after being fired from a prop gun, one thing is certain: the police searched that exact same location that Relly said was at.
Look at all you
On that
law
video.
nerds. I love you
He
guys.
returned to the
Chat
scene.
is Bay.
Well, now he didn't return to the scene because now there's no evidence that he returned to the scene at all. Well, there's some trouble, just a sign of working something. Documents. Right there. Anyway, it's the same exact location. I don't know why they said.
Pause one more time. Holly, if I recall when I wrote that song, just saying Jen McCabe or Jennifer McCabe, JJ Jennifer. Well, Jennifer would have fit. I think I did JJ to like shade her because okay, JJ. Which one is it? Are you JJ or is Officer John O'Keefe Keefe JJ? If I recall, I thought it was quite clever.
They didn't know what location. They were there. They got
Still
lucky.
think it's quite clever. Just ask me.
Where Relly Rocking Hills could be seen at the moment of the shot. Police didn't find Relly showcase. Impossible for them to miss that 7 officers, 20 minutes, searchlights. Impossible. Those were not there 15 minutes after this event. They were not there. So what does the prosecution do? And Relly then, what does he do? They change their story and say now maybe that wasn't actually Relly on video after all. They did it right here in front of you. That was all right in front of you in 2025. Because part of his testimony, I wasn't even involved yet. That was all Mr. Berthold said. Yes, that's me, 1109 guy. That's me. Yes. And Mr. Sorry, you sure? I'm sure.
All I knew, Joey, was that Aiden Turtle Boy ripped at her quite a bit for being, justice for JJ. Who justice for who though, JJ? You, JJ, or John, JJ? That was where the shade was coming from, I guess. Thanks for reminding me. Yikes. It was a long time ago. I've written so many songs since then. God.
That looks like a white hoodie. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have changed. As long as had to impeach his own witness. And you'll see what happens. Once again, they say possibly. It was possibly additional. So the solution to that now, being him now, because he swore he came back. So I asked to pick the floors, as this says. Well, this is really says, okay. Right, that's where he said, yeah, that's okay. But I just said all that to you, but there it is in the transcript, just in case anybody thought. Because I don't have a whole cloth. So,
Hi, Brett.
Sure.
Good to see you.
So.
Come on, Joe. Bring it home. Land the plane, Joe. Land the plane. For the love of God, land the plane.
I was saying that was Relly. I made a mistake to you. Relly swore on the road it was him to you. But I made a mistake in my own.
Never.
He swore to you on the road it was him. Until he changed. Until they impeached their witness and got him to change testimony. Oh, no, it wasn't me.
5 minutes, chat.
In fact, that same person in that video was there between 11:09 and 11:11, which is about 2 minutes. The same
Oh my God, not.
Relly said he had returned.
Oh my God, not.
You also take the floor is talking about that. And he told you that the time of 11:11, when the person in the video enters, is consistent when Relly told the police he returned to the scene. Of course, there were multiple problems with that story. First, he said that his girlfriend, Lydia Parker, was with him at the time he supposedly searched the area and recovered those shell casings.
It's really hard, Ollie.
Show you that. I'm happy to. What other problem does the prosecution have with Relly's story about picking up shell casings? The photos, which Relly claims he took at the scene, were timestamped on his phone. And they showed the photos were actually taken.
I just had an idea because my brain dies a little bit with this, just because the audio. So there's still going to be a verdict. One would assume midweek. I can't do midweek because it's the whole peasant work shit of it all. But, however, what about if we go up until where Michael Bryant and Linda Kenny Barden from Justice Serve TV come on screen? We hit the pause there. We save our universal thirst, yes, Nick included, for Mr. Sexback, Flexback, Joe Takapina, taking off his jacket on the next day of summations, and the verdict for next weekend. I know, but we're at 3 hours 20, and Joey says yes. Joey says yes. That's all I need to hear. Thanks, Joey. Look, Ma, no hands. So we'll go a little bit longer. It's 5 more minutes. Perfect. I did just push the next stream back. I'll pull it back to because that's exciting as well. And we've still got so many more hours. One's in the chat. Everyone's doing ones. Thank you. We need to give our brain something else because we've heard all this stuff for weeks. Amber's been watching it through the week. So's Candy. Everyone's been watching it live. I haven't because I don't get internet where I work at the moment. So that good plan. I love that. Yes, chat. Yes. Thanks, Joe. Keep going. Carry on, sir.
That's more than an hour.
Thank you, Kraken. You missed the opportunity to use the emote.
Don't think about it. Prosecution realized they had a problem with their a big problem. So despite that fact, they took the position for years that guy who came back 1109 with Relly.
Our brains are dying, right?
To the scene,
just a little bit.
Video. And despite the fact that Relly told you at this trial, he was sure it was him, the prosecution then impeached the witness. Then say, no, that wasn't me. Relly,
whatever floats your boat, Kraken.
Hold on a second. I know you want to break.
I don't think I actually said one's in the chat colors, but everyone just went yes. The answer is yes.
2:45. All right, folks, we'll take a break until 3 o'clock. Please be outside the doors at that time. Please don't discuss the case, and we'll see you in about 15 minutes.
15 minutes. See you next week, motherfuckers. I can't find the applause thing. God damn it. We made it. Wait, stop screen. What am I doing? This and this. Hey, chat. We had some good conversations. Like I lost a couple of brain cells just because of the audio. So that, yes, Princey, thank you. Prayers for Taryn. Redirect is set up. Fuck yeah. Look at you fucking go. Best mods. Wait, why was I just looking down at my phone? Was I looking down for that long? I was. Time. Uno momento. Yes, we're sending love and prayers for Taryn because we're not quite sure what's going on with Taryn and her health. And so all we can do is hope and pray and send big love, universal shorty love. And we're doing our best behind the scenes to with much trepidation, to find out how she is and what, if anything, we can do to help and support Taryn and her family. So, yeah, colors. Yeah, we don't know. There it is. So, mods, thanks. Chat, thanks. Heaps of new members tonight. Life artist. And Joey went to the strip club a lot. And Kraken also went to the strip club, apparently. Love. I still can't see the screen, but I've got a second monitor coming this week, so that'll be exciting when I don't have to peer like a weirdo at the screen. So come and join for the next stream. Buckle up. Beautiful Amber has set up a redirect, a portal. Strap in. Because it's really cool. We got a little bit of Dr. Ramani to watch, but I've found a really cool interview with her. And so it's not just for the girls, not just for the ladies. A really cool interview with a rather delicious looking, I might say, so kind of for the ladies, CIA spy or ex-CIA spy, and Lisa Billier, who I believe actually is the founder of Quest Nutrition. She's a Brit. So Nick, you'll love it. Sorry, that's so cliched. That's not a deal breaker, but I'd like to know. Thanks. So we're going to do that. Why some women tend to be targeted or taken advantage of by manipulators. I'm going to keep that vein going for a few weeks because I find it fascinating. Hi, it's me. I'm one of those women. So that. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you for being here. Colours, none of us can. That's why we've lost all brain cells. It's been quite the uphill journey. I think one says pushing shit uphill. Yes, yes. Yes, we all hope she's okay. I'll be lurking in the next one, y'all. Going to try and work on some organising. Yes, yes, please do. Have us on in the background and listen and don't even bother coming back. You don't need to. Just listen. It's going to be fun. Enlightening, fun, different accents, everything. Love a woman who swears. Did I swear? Fuck yes, I would have, 100%. No doubt in my mind. Okay, so, and I've even set the song to the outro so that I don't have to do all the clicky shit. So, strap in. Thank you for being here. Don't forget the new website, missshorty.com. Thank you. Thank you. We're out. Mwah. I love you all very, very much.
I love you all so very much. We had a blast just chatting and stuff. Things may have gone bit off the rails. Professional when all else fails. 'Cause chat is babe, so much to say. Emotes and all the caps out. May have been cheese, bit faster please. The time has come, Camp Shorty out. We're skating through all the tough things, learning about this and that, defense motions, prosecution, and narcissistic twats. 'Cause chat is babe, so much to say. Emotes and all the all caps out. May have been cheese, bit faster please. The time has come, Camp Shorty out. Community, just you and me. Occasionally, Buster and Poppy. It's a whole thing, Miss Shorty swing. Together we make each other happy. 'Cause chat is babe.